What's going on? It is Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. This is Brandon, host of Brandon Show. Hope everybody is doing good out there today. This fine Wednesday afternoon. I'm doing pretty good myself. Let's see who we got in chat. Ian Adams, Mark Collard, Moonshot, Almost Unbelievable, Ranty, Blood's Thicker, Arwin, The Snark, One Big Pond, Hey You, Exposed Antarctica, Earth LARP Dumpster Fire, Mark Collard, hey Mark, Matrix Media, Anthony Burrows, Enigma, and Bill G was first today. Congratulations, Bill G. Good to see everybody out there. Nice little crowd to start the show. What do we got planned for today? I got a story to share with you about the nasty old ISS. We'll look at that. And I want to talk about gravity a little bit more and go through something with the panel, if possible, have a discussion. I was listening to, well, there has been so many baller videos made over the last week because of Bob's visit and the discussion about gases and gravity and etc. It's been such a hot topic. So I thought we'd spend a little bit of time on that, and who knows what else will happen. So let me put the link in the chat for Streamlabs donations. There you go. There's that. And that'll be pinned to the top. If you want to donate to the show, you can do that through there, which cuts Google out, or Super Chat. And I will read your comment. If you want to join the show, come on in to the Discord. The link is in the description, so you should be able to find the invite there. Or I'll put it in right now. So if anybody is out there that wants to come on in right now, feel free to pop in. You don't have to talk or present anything. You can just sit back and listen or engage with the pretty active. We've got a really active chat in there. Lots of good videos get posted, lots of good discussion, lots of bullshit discussions. Whatever you're into, you can find it in there. Almost anything, that is. So come on in. All right, let's go see what's happening in Discord, and we'll get going. Sounds like not a lot yet. What's up, guys?
Hey, Brandon, you okay?
What up?
Good. We got Mark Doxey. What's up, Mark?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Not bad, not too bad. And Jeremy, I think I heard Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy?
Yo, what up?
Nothing much. We've got SE Montreal.
Hey there, Brandon. Good evening, everybody.
What's going on? Astro King. What's up, Astro King?
I think the sky's up.
Yes. Always. It's always up. Brian Leakey.
Hey, what do you say?
What's up, man? And Paige just joined. What's up, Paige?
Thank you.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hi, Paige.
Hey, Paige. How you doing? I did a little video on the ISS, man.
Oh, your mic.
Oh, bro, we
mic's
got
real
clear
low, Brian.
cut. We got clear cut evidence of ISS fakery right here.
Really?
What? Say that again?
We got clear cut evidence of ISS fakery. I
Ooh.
DM'd it to you, Brandon.
Okay.
This is thanks to
Well,
Helvetica.
to me, it boils down to this, man. I don't know if I'm coming in any better, but to me, it comes down to this. Okay, either they lose the sun changing angular size and can't work on a flat Earth, or they lose the ISS. So they got to take a choice. Because on my video, it's a short video, probably about 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And in that video, I show a time lapse of the ISS, and it's covering about in the video, I said like 500, 400, 500 miles, but double checking now, it comes out to be about 1,000 kilometers, which I think is about 700 miles. And it's a time lapse, it's straight line. It doesn't change in angular size, or nothing to speak of anyway. So they got to give up one or the other. The flat Earth debunked over a sun not shrinking in angular size, or the ISS, one or the other. Take your pick.
So I think I heard you say that you have a video of the ISS going overhead and it doesn't change in angular size.
Yeah, time lapse.
Time lapse.
Like a star trail.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting. We'll have to check that out. All right, let me
Yep.
play this. So Jeremy, what do we got here? I'll share my screen in the Discord real quick. What are we looking at here?
Well, this Helvetica
Oh,
Helvetica gave me this. I don't want to take the credit, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. The guy drops a screw. It drops.
oh yeah. I've seen this one before, but we'll play it.
Oh, you went over this?
Well, no, I don't know if we went over it on this show, but this video been around for a while, and I think I have seen this. But let's play it and talk about it. So I think he's in that little cubby hole on the ISS.
He's servicing the toilet apparently,
Okay. Servicing.
and he's been floating around in this video for about 50 minutes.
Is this that one long, continuous, uncut video, or is this something different?
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's quite boring, but yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So he's unscrewing something, and
Whoops.
whoa, what the fuck just happened there?
And why is he
If you
looking
listen
down?
to the- If you listen to the audio, you can hear the screw drop.
Yeah, I got the audio up for the audience. Unfortunately, it won't play through the Discord, but definitely hear it go clink, clink, just like a screw sounds when you drop it on Earth. Let's see. Oh, shit, the screw fell. Oops.
That's because they are on Earth. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's laughable, isn't it?
Yeah, you got that natural earthy jerk and reach down to catch something when you got that natural jerky Earth-like reaction going on.
Yeah, what's up with that? They must have hit a patch of microgravity. That's probably what it was. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Just hit that patch of microgravity perfectly for that to happen.
I mean, have we heard any good excuses from the Globers on this? I can't wait. This is
No,
gonna be
Mike-
some-
Come on.
Microgravity is supposedly what they're in when they're on the ISS, so they hit an actual patch of actual gravity. So they're claimed to be in microgravity, free falling around the Earth.
As they were passing over the Himalaya mountains at the time. A lot of mass there. Come on.
I guess it was macrogravity.
Yes.
The screw refracted down to the bottom, man.
No,
I
it
wonder what a
loomed.
gravimeter.
It dilated. It dilated. Yeah.
Are you
I
all
wonder what a
done
gravimeter.
squinting?
Ah, dilated.
Let's watch it again.
Gravimeter would have done in that.
Oh,
But seriously,
oops.
guys, they do this to screw with the believers
Oh,
to
what up,
snap
Arlen?
them out of it. Come on, it has to be.
That's what I think sometimes too. Like these are what are they called? Like eggs. When you put a little something in the video game
Easter
for
egg.
Easter
people.
eggs.
Easter egg. Yeah, these are little Easter eggs to fuck with us. Let's see.
Right, and when you're really young, these things might slip past you because you're just so suspended in the dream. But when you grow up, then if everything is all right, you'll start to pay attention.
Is,
You
it,
know, unless you're a chronic dreamer and you can't snap out of it.
is this kind of
Then
like
you got a
when you
problem.
were a kid and you'd find the presents in the your parents' closet before Christmas, and then Christmas morning you're like, how come I saw these in the closet, but Santa gave them to me? And then you have to choose: should I believe in Santa or should I like face it? Santa's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that theory, Arwen. Bam. I mean, that is clearly. What are you guys going to tell us? His thumb and finger leveraged it, and it was wedged, so it catapulted it downwards. And
Don't give them ideas.
please come in here and tell me some excuses so I can have a good laugh.
The
Don't give
single
them
bolt
ideas.
theory.
Oops. Yeah, that's pretty clear cut. Good stuff, Mark. I haven't looked at that in a while. I really like that one. He dropped or did the screw drop him? Did he drop the screw or did the screw drop him?
I could make up a really good bullshit story
Yeah,
as an excuse,
please do.
if you like.
We
Okay,
like
so
we
what
like
if
those.
secretly installing like a magnetic floor for magnetic boots to get around better, and they're just not really informing everybody about it, and this was a side effect.
That's very
You
creative.
guys are giving them.
No, he was right over the AC where it streams out air, and that's why it fell out his hand to begin with, is because that little stream of air jetted it down at the speed of free fall.
Somebody was watching Star Trek when they activated the magnetic boots when they went to repair the hull.
Hey,
Yeah, of course.
hey, Brian. Shout out to your GoFundMe as well. We didn't get a chance yesterday to mention it. Do you want to give it a plug now?
thank you, man. Thank you for mentioning that. And yeah, it's the three or the I forgot what it's called, but yeah, I'll put it in the general. And I've already got up. I've got 125, I got a $500 goal, and I think I may have some help coming. If ever you're gonna give, now's the time, because I talked to Travis, the plain truth, and he's maybe coming right by me or close enough to me to stop in with two other guys to help with this test. And what y'all were talking about yesterday, it kind of drove me crazy because I couldn't join. My hands were full. But yeah, you think exactly like I think, and a lot of other people on this channel too. But I was gonna conduct a version of this test where I'm floating the line, just barely floating it. If it sinks, I'm going to spread out some floats, and I'm just going to try various things, guys. So I'm not just going to pull the line and check it and boom, that's it. I'm going to try all kinds of shit. So donate, check general, and if maybe Brandon can plug it. It's a $500 goal. I've got 125 already. Thank you for the people who've already donated. And yeah, thanks. Appreciate you mentioning that, Ranty.
No worries, mate.
I don't see the link, Brian. I'll put it out for you, but I don't see it. I know.
Oh, you got it?
I thought you just said it was in general, though.
No, I was gonna post it in general, but if you can do that, man, it would really help me right now. I'm on the phone.
Sure. And I want you to know that the thought of you sitting around listening to the show and oh, we're getting feedback from you, Brian. Itching yourself and scratching and twitching because you can't join makes me very happy. Just so you know.
That's funny, yeah, man. I was crawling a little slab. I had to send the guys on to a different job, man, and they were kind of spread out, so I had to crawl a little slab last night. So I had a float in one hand, a trowel in the other, and but I had my headphones in. So
cool. All right, so there's that. I did post the link in chat in case anybody wants to support Brian. And
did you? I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's in chat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's just gone in. Right. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Ranty, Ranty's purposely not trying to support Brian. I'm just kidding, Ranty. Good evening, guys.
Oh, Brian's a good guy, though. He gets out there and does a lot of stuff. Very active.
Exactly.
That's really important.
That's the kind of people you really do want to support. People that actually get out there and get their feet wet. So that's why I jumped in, just to say, because I saw Brian was on, and I knew that we didn't get an opportunity to plug his GoFundMe last night. So, thought it would be worthwhile doing it tonight.
Okay.
Right, I'm going on the back burner for a bit. I'll leave you guys to it.
All right, thanks,
Ranty, don't go to the background and hide too long on us now. We love hearing your voice. Don't forget, it's been a while since you're on my show. It's been almost like a year ago now, because we were talking about the ghost virus stuff and all that. But how are you doing besides everything else doing good in your life? And are you trying to do any activism right now, or it's more about your show, or what's up with you?
Oh, wow. So many questions.
Yes, and what? It's been so long.
Yeah, it must have been a year, Stacey. That's Stacey B. If you haven't checked her channel out, I would highly recommend people going and subscribing over there. And yeah, as things for me, yeah, things are looking up. I've started a new job, decent wages as well, which is great. So yeah, that's all good. And still planning to go to Australia and do the experimentations down there. And after last night's show, it looks like I'm going to be doing the Bedford levels with the fishing line under the water. But I guess that all depends on how well Brian does with his test and whether or not it's actually worthwhile doing. So we'll see.
Well, very interesting. We'll talk more here in the future. I would definitely love to support anybody that's doing any kind of, verification and stuff that we're trying to validate here. You know what I mean? Like serious stuff or any kind of activism for truth. So I'll also do the same thing and plug you guys on my show if you guys got something happening. That's the most important thing. I mean, yes, we get on servers and we talk all the time, but there's so many people out there we need to reach and talk to in real life. Also, there's so much shit we could be doing in real life to, better forward our movement here. So we'll see what we can do.
Cool. Okay.
Always good to hear from you, Ranty. And thank you, Brandon, for giving us that time.
Oh, no problem. And obviously Stacey B has joined. And Jedi. What's up, Jedi?
Hey, good evening, Brandon. Good evening, everybody else. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you.
Same to you. So what's going on, guys? Anything new before I go to the more ISS nastiness? Although I could watch this screw dropping video probably 100 times and enjoy it.
Yeah, we need to hear some kind of nutcase Glober excuse for the screw dropping. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear the nonsense. You know.
Well, I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
this
so
up.
so just to be clear, there's no excuse for it yet from anybody that y'all heard of. None.
Yes, I spoke to Jem Panda about a year ago about this, and he says he takes that screw out, but there's 4 screws to take out, so he's just casting his eyes down to a lower screw so he can take that one out. That was Jem Panda's explanation.
That's the whole excuse? That's it?
That was his explanation, yeah.
Oh, Jem, please
What
stop
about
in.
So
I hope you're out
watch
there.
it again. All he's doing is looking for the lower screw on the panel so he can take that one out next time.
Oh God.
That's
thought my
ridiculous. I like
explanation
that
was
one though.
there.
I want to
There
hear
we
him.
go.
I was referring to the. I was actually referring to the sound. Has anybody made an excuse for that when it hits the ground and clinks?
The sound of
no.
a screw dropping after we see the screw drop. Yeah, that's a good question.
And he even looks down at it. Okay, it drops, and he looks down. Oh shit, it dropped. Where'd it go? It bounced around a little bit. Huh? Weird that. So come on,
Isn't it
guys,
kind of
come
a
and defend
magnetic
NASA.
thing?
This is bad news for NASA. Awful news for NASA. Come in and tell us how we're misunderstanding watching a guy on a video drop a screw. Please tell us.
Can anyone calculate the speed that it dropped?
Oh, that'd be interesting to do. Let's see if we can pinpoint when it falls. Okay, there it goes. Oh, it just happens in a very split seconds, very fast.
Well, for 1 meter, it would be about half a second.
Yeah.
Was it accelerating?
Oh God, no.
That's what I mean. I wonder what a gravimeter would have done in that instance.
Oh, do the gravimeter. Sorry, I was just thinking about earlier. We're not going to talk about how to pronounce it, right?
Oh.
Jesus Christ. We spent more time talking about how to pronounce a gravimeter than we did about the gravimeter.
That was unbelievable.
Wasn't it?
When was that? Over in Gems or what?
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah, this morning.
So, yeah, Jeremy, you were telling me a little bit about that earlier. What did you learn anything about gravimeters? Any of the questions?
Yeah, I learned some stuff. First of all, it's very hard to get the verticality correct on it. So that'll adjust your measurement. Second of all, they have a stationary one in this one place. And I don't know, you get a heavy winds and trees nearby, and it affects the gravimeter for some reason. Which is weird, because if it's that slight to go off, I mean, in the globe model, if this really is space-time bending, you would expect to be able to register cars and trucks driving by. I don't know why they haven't taken a test mass and put it near the thing, and then controlled the, let's put a mass here, let's take the mass away. Wouldn't that be a reasonable thing to do? I thought of that within 10 seconds.
I would be surprised if they
Well,
haven't
apparently-
done something like that. I mean, how did they test this thing?
Well,
right?
apparently there's that they have to calibrate those, Jeremy, and
Yeah, the
they have a
verticality
fixed
of-
location. Apparently, this is all bull, right? I'm just telling you what they say. And I even tried to ask them which gravimeter, because there's different ones. You're aware of that, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, this is the one with the laser beam, and they dropped the test mass, and they have issues setting up the verticality of the laser. Yeah, calibrating it.
Yeah, the ones that they were talking about, the one with the oil there, it's usually a spring one that they use. I tried to ask them, but they rather talk about the pronunciation of the name.
Hey, can I just say, Brandon? This bolt that keeps falling on the floor. I think what's happening is there's a vent. It's an oxygen vent that's above him somewhere, and it's blowing oxygen down. So that's causing the rapid speed increase of the bolt.
Nice try, Ranty.
Don't give them ideas.
That's exactly what I said, Ranty.
You've been hanging out with
Giving
cats
them
too much,
ideas.
Ranty. Oh
I
shit.
think my Himalaya mountain one was better though. Sorry.
We got our first excuse from the floor here. Well, we've had several from the panel, but Jose JG says nothing was dropped. Period. Is hanging on a thingy. Keep watching. I mean the original source. It's hanging on a thingy. Anybody understand what that means or what he's talking about there?
Screw was on a wire?
He might be saying the screw was on a string and it tapped the wall after it come out. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got little keepers on them that keeps them from falling away, so they don't lose them.
Didn't do a very good job in this case, did it?
Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know about that one. That's what I've heard. That's what Jose's talking about.
Well, I'm happy to see you here, Howard. What do you think is happening here? Why is this screw falling out of his hand and making noise?
See, I don't know. I can't look at it. That's
That's convenient.
I know it.
The best way I would describe it to you, Howard, just to paint a mental picture for you, is the guy's got a screw and it falls out of his hand. That's the best way. So picture that, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Why would
Picture
it fall
you're
anywhere?
working on your rig, Howard, and you take a bolt off the wheel and it falls off your hand. Kind of like
Right.
that.
But I have worked on stuff that had little wired washers that stay attached. When you take the nut off, it'll stay attached.
The problem here is apparently this is in the ISS, and this geezer's been bouncing around and floating around in the ISS, for the past 30 minutes or so. Like you do, you just float around in that space, and the nut just drops and hits the floor instantly.
Yeah, when you drop something in the ISS, it doesn't fall.
Yeah, it should float. Basically, it should float around and take about 10 minutes to hit the floor, and then 10 minutes to hit the roof, and then 10 minutes to hit the floor, and then 10 minutes to hit the roof. but this just plops like a plop.
But it would make sense to put the little retainers on there so they're, they take a nut or a bolt out and it doesn't fly around the room when they're working on stuff.
Well, it's true, but it still doesn't change the fact of how it reacted. You could put that on there, a string on it, whatever you want to call it. But if it's falling down the way it does, and you don't see it floating around like it should and everything else, then we have an issue.
Oh, I know. I think that's the contention. Did something actually fall? Is what is.
I've seen a lot of things fall, like maybe thousands of times in my life. I've dropped things personally. I just want you to know my experience. I've dropped things maybe hundreds, thousands of times, and this matches the exact pattern of every single time I've dropped something.
Well, hang on.
And not only that,
Jose says
and not
it
only
doesn't drop.
What's that, Ranty?
Jose says it doesn't drop, but if you follow the guy's head and eye movement and body language, he tells you where the nut is. He tells you where.
Well, the sound. I would go out as far to say that that it falls at roughly 9.8 meters per second squared. Also, I would say, they could have at least, all the hours of live ISS footage I've watched, I've never heard that sound. So they could have at least thrown in some ticky-tacky sounds and some of the footage after that to try and come up with some bullshit. What was that sound? Just a anomaly?
They will now.
I'm saying shh.
Yeah. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that he didn't drop something in that video, but it's a good try. I mean, you got to make something up, right? You got to say something.
Well, maybe Jose should come in because he says there was no sound and nothing dropped. So I would love Jose to come in and tell us that and show us where it didn't drop and there was no sound.
I mean, I don't understand what's going on in Jose's mind. He's a big opponent of the moon land, the Apollo missions. So is NASA telling us the truth, or are they lying, Jose? Which one is it?
Is he saying that the sound was added later? Is that what his
Yeah,
claim is?
there was two videos that they were playing, side by side. Where I don't think it was at Jose's. I saw this, but one video had the sound, and the one they got off of NASA or whatever didn't have the sound.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for the original right now, and it's it's an hour-long thing here, but we'll find the original, and we'll find out right now if it actually dropped or not.
Yeah, but you
Bucket
do
right
realize the sound and everything can be, you know,
Edited.
you can post-edit it on YouTube, even if it was streamed live on the 4th of July, which it says 2012. You can still go into post-production and you can still edit that part out where the sound.
That is
We know
true.
that because that's what we have to do.
Yeah, they proved that. They proved that with the SpaceX rocket launch. So certain people have that privilege.
Jaronism showed him editing. Yeah.
All right, here he goes.
We have this proof. Well, Brandon has that on here. He can, if there was a music video that somebody played, he could clip out the sound of the music video if he wanted to in post production, even though he streamed it live, and you wouldn't hear it on the re-upload.
Nice.
Well, here it is, and yes, there is sound on the original.
You can hear the screw drop.
Oh,
There
you
go.
can clearly hear the screw drop. Here, let me share this with you in the Discord since you can't hear this. So, Jose, did NASA edit in the sound as well? That's weird.
Yeah, but
so there's definitely sound.
Yeah. See, I can't stand excuses like that, and I'm not trying to dog on Jose, but when I hear that stuff all the time, and then you go straight to the NASA video, and it gives you exactly what we know, and I just saw, it's like, where did you get that excuse from then? You guys just coming and pulling them out of your ass now? Like, this is on purpose. Why would you guys say that?
They're just making this shit up as they go. They're making this shit up as they go along.
Howard,
Brian, you
Howard,
gotta
for
mute
God's sake, for God's sakes, Howard, just
Somebody's
go with
gotta
what
mute
your
that
eyes are. Go with what your eyes are seeing, brother.
Who are we getting feedback
I mean, come
from?
on, Howard.
We're getting
So
we're
what-
getting an echo
but-
from somebody. I'm not sure. It might be you, Brian.
It's
Open your mic for a second. Let me see if it's you. Hello, hello.
It might be me, man. I'm driving. It might be me. I'm driving.
Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm going to play it one more time just so we can clearly hear the sound. The audience can. You guys just be quiet for a second. Hush.
Why don't you keep playing it?
Hush.
How about
Hush. Hush.
continuing
hush,
to play it?
shh. Here he goes. And he's walking over. Oh, I went forward. I went back too far. Oh, here it is. Unscrew. Oh, what was that sound there? Huh. Hey, Jim, I'm glad you stopped by.
I wonder why you're frightened to play the whole clip. Why every time you played it, you've cut it off the instant he looked down. I wonder why you did that.
Well, I'm interested in the part where he unscrews the screw from the wall of the ISS and it falls down and makes a noise. I'm interested in that part. Is there something later that's going to change that part of the video, or?
Well,
From
I
happening?
guess
Right.
the first thing is you don't see anything fall down. So you made that bit up.
So you hear it, and
and
you
you-
see him
you
look
drew that-
down. He unscrews something. You see him unscrew
Right,
something.
we
You
see him
hear
look
something
down.
fall, and then you see him look down and look around for it. Am I an idiot, Jem?
Yes.
All right.
Because
So are
you
you,
didn't
because
see.
he clearly drops a fucking
Are
screw
you just
here,
going to block
and
me out?
here's
You're
it.
going to let me
Why
talk
not?
about this?
Why not?
I'm-
Because you're
you're
being ridiculous
terrified.
right now.
You know the
Come up with a
deception
good
that you're
fucking
pulling,
excuse,
Brandon,
Jem.
don't you?
Come up with a good
NASA's
excuse
fixing
right
that
now.
shit? Jim,
Are you going to allow me to?
Yeah, go for it.
are you saying
Right.
NASA's
If you
fixing
continue-
this stuff on
if you-
purpose?
Are you going to allow me to speak? If you continue,
He just admitted it would be an excuse.
okay.
let Jem go. Come
Yeah, I
on,
want to
guys.
hear it. Let's
You
hear.
didn't
Let's hear how
admit
creative
anything.
Jem is today.
Don't talk bollocks. I'll have
Come on.
one more go. If I can't speak, if I don't get away with it this time, if I don't get 3 full sentences out, I'm going. Okay.
Oh, big deal, Jim.
Let
Oh, come
him-
on, guys. Come
Come
on.
on, I wanna hear him.
Let him have a bloody go, for crying out loud, guys.
Oh shit.
Right. If you
Well, then
keep
get
playing,
him to talk instead of mono.
sorry guys, it's worth a try.
No,
but
no, you're good.
Clearly, it's not going to happen.
Come on now. Let's hear the excuse. God damn it, guys. What the fuck?
Guys, come on.
We had him by the short fucking curlies.
Don't ever give him a door to leave by.
checking that?
That
There
one.
was no excuse. That's why he left.
Why on
Let him
earth
get
do you
his
want to
shit
hear
out
their
then.
excuses? You said to him, what excuse are you going to come up, or what excuse have you got for us, or whatever? And he goes, well, if you let me talk, I'll tell you.
Because it's
He'll tell you what
instructive.
excuse
It's
he's got for it.
instructive to expose the level of deception that we're dealing with.
Don't you think it exposes it that he can't just stop and talk? He has to talk about anything but that. What's happening afterwards, who's interrupting him. Everybody
didn't
else
give him
can
a
just
chance.
carry on after they get interrupted, but for some reason he
He-
needed to use that to run away.
Of
So-
course,
He didn't
you,
get to finish
and
it.
you played into his hand page.
I'm kind of
He didn't get to
fascinated.
finish it.
I'm kind of fascinated that
All right,
he
sorry,
gave
but
us
I don't
the
particularly want to
giant
hear his excuse.
suggestion
Got
that
to
it's
hunt
faked.
very, very
That the
carefully when
video- that
hunting
NASA
pandas.
faked it.
Sorry, Owen.
Say that again,
Isn't
Armin.
that interesting? Can you hear me?
Yeah, say it again. Sorry, Armin. Go ahead.
I'm just fascinated that Jem came in and basically said, no, this is faked. So
Anything about space, he gets triggered like a little baby.
yeah, but he just claimed that the video from NASA that they faked it, basically.
No, he didn't
So
say that though.
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is my interpretation of it, but I think he was coming in to basically say that what we're trying to do is fake. You guys won't play the rest of the video like there's something important after this. It's going to change everything. And then he wants to say to give some excuse of what he's seeing or hearing or whatever. Now, that's fine, but I don't actually necessarily think that he believes anything that comes to them is fake. You know what I mean?
I don't think he would. Yeah, he was coming up with any. That's the best excuse he could come up with is, I won't play the rest of the video. Why do you keep playing that part of the video? Because that's the part where the fucking screw drops.
Jim's here
Right,
now.
but as
Okay.
you said,
Okay.
let me speak, okay? As you said, and I didn't admit to fakery and say yes, it was an excuse. So don't talk bollocks, you idiots. Right. What the reason why
I defended you. Calm down.
interrupt
Jem.
me
Thank
again.
you.
The reason why I say you should continue to play this is because you said yourself, Brandon, that part of the conclusion that you're drawing that he dropped something is based on the fact that he looks down. If you continue, and you have assumed that the reason he is looking down is so that he can pick up the screw that you think has dropped, although you haven't seen anything drop. What you find is when he looks down, the next thing he does is he undoes a similar clip that is on the bottom corner, the bottom right-hand corner of the same panel. And then he moves over to the bottom left and then the bottom right. So there's a fastener on each corner of this. And all you heard was the panel, which is under a bit of flex, I guess, is popped open a little bit. You didn't see a screw drop. You didn't. And the noise you're hearing, like I say, is the panel.
Wow.
And if you keep watching, and I think it's very telling.
No, don't go into that.
And
So my
nearly there.
eyes-
Let
no, that
me
was like
finish.
at least
Let me
4
finish. One more
sentences.
sentence.
We got your
I think
excuse.
I think
So
it's very
our
telling.
ears are lying
Let
to
me
us.
finish.
Our
Let me
eyes are
finish.
lying to us.
Let me
And what
finish.
we see and
Let me
hear
finish.
happening
You're
on this
just gonna
video
talk over me.
isn't
Gotta
what's
block
actually
me out.
happening.
Have to censor me, don't you? I think it's very telling that you have done that you presented this video in the way that you have, Brandon, and the way that this is always presented by flat earthers. You've been very careful to cut this video
Can
off
you zoom
at
in on
just
it,
the right
Brandon?
moment, and
How
you
long
know
do you
you
want me to
have.
play it for?
You
Here
know
we go.
very well
Let's
that you
let
have.
it play, Jem, and let's see if that changes
Here, we'll
when
let
we
it play.
watched it and heard it fall to the ground. Let's see if it changes
Try and
that
zoom
fact.
in on it.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
we're watching. Okay, so did it change yet?
What are you expecting to change?
Well, you said I wouldn't watch the more of it. You said it was instructive and I was being deceptive. So there we go. We're letting it play now. How long do I have to let it play before I didn't see and hear him drop
just so
that?
you can see what he actually looks down for, and it isn't to pick up a screw.
Does he put the screws back in after, or do we see that part?
You actually see them in the panel. They're attached to the panel. They're like a sort of a, like a sort of a butterfly, metal butterfly fastener type thing.
Then what did we hear him drop?
I don't think you heard anything drop. Like I say, I think you heard the panel pop open.
The panel popping open sounds like something dropping to the floor and bouncing around.
That's what I was going to ask.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't hear something dropping to the floor and bouncing around. You made all of that up.
You certainly do. We've played that multiple times. We definitely did hear that.
Okay, well, I think you're hearing what you want to hear.
I think you see and hear what you want to hear,
see
and
him-
then make up a story to fit your bias after you hear
If you
and
watch,
see what you want to hear.
if you watch his actions now, when you watch the full clip, do you at any point see him looking for a screw?
Yes.
Or looking like he's lost a screw?
Yes. Immediately
There
after
you
he
go.
drops it, you see him look down and around.
But if you keep watching,
That is the man that
We did
lost
keep watching.
everybody.
We kept watching.
if you
Nothing
keep
changed my
watching,
mind.
that's so he can undo the next fastener, right?
Okay, do we
You
see the
don't see
part
him
where he
groping
puts-
around. You don't see him looking
They're
left
gonna
to right
have
or
told him,
anything. You don't see any of
don't
that.
pay any
Like,
attention to what just
like
happened,
you
just
would
keep
if you'd
going.
actually dropped something.
Of course,
Do
he's
we
not
see the
going to
part-
start looking for it. He's on fucking live stream.
Well, that's
we
your,
see that
well,
part?
well, you don't see it drop. So your claim that it's a screw being dropped is based only on the fact that you think he's looking for
We
it.
see him
we
unscrew
see the-
something
and
from
the
the wall,
ping
then
sound.
directly afterwards we hear something drop and bounce around, and then we see
How
him
many times
react
do you hear it
how
bounce?
someone
How many
reacts
times
when
do
they
you hear it
drop
bounce?
something and then go to look for it.
To his suit.
How many
and
times
suit
do you
the
hear it
poor
bounce?
man who lost
Guys,
the
hold on.
screw.
Do we see
That's
the part
exactly
where
what a
he
man
puts
that
the,
loses a screw looks like.
Exactly.
do we,
Exactly.
No,
we
I
see
don't
the
think it
part where
is.
he
I
puts
think,
the
I think
screws
that's
back on?
nonsense. I think that's true if you stop the video at a point where you don't see why he's actually looking down, and you go, "Ha ha, he's looking down because he dropped a screw," but he's not. It's a continuous movement, and he looks down so that he can undo the next fastener.
Hold on. Do
So
we see
Jim,
the part
did
where
you
he
hear
puts-
anything of dropping and bouncing? Did you ever hear and listen to this stream? I want to ask you now so we can clarify.
Yeah,
before you play it. Did you
I
ever
mean,
hear
it's a
anything
while-
bounce around?
It's a while since this one last came up, but yeah, I hear something. I hear some noise. Yeah, definitely.
Do we, guys? Do
Is
we
it just
see
one
the part
drop?
where he
I
puts?
don't know
his-
whether I hear it bouncing around, but I haven't heard it recently. I haven't listened
Guys,
to
do
it.
we see? Do we see the part where he puts the screws back in?
No.
Yes. Yes, you do.
We
You
see him
replace
put the panel back on the wall.
Right, and you
All
see
right,
how
so
he
then-
fast. I think at one point the panel is close enough to the camera that you can see the little clip dangling around on one of the corners. I think I'm right in saying that, but you certainly see him clipping the panel back in and it going back into place without him having to get a screw from anywhere.
Yeah, he probably said fuck it and left it on the ground. That's what I'd do.
Except you see him operating a fastener in each corner of the
Well,
thing when he puts
something
it back.
dropped from where he was unscrewing and fell, and he looked around for it. That's what I
Well,
saw
you don't
happen.
see that. You
Yes.
don't, and you
No,
don't
yes,
see him
you do
look
see
around.
that. Don't tell me what I don't fucking see. I've dropped
Because you don't
things
see him look
many
around.
times. Have you ever dropped
That's not
something,
true.
Jim? You drop it,
Yes.
you look around for it. Right?
Yes, and he does not
And
look
that's
around.
exactly
he looks
what
down.
he does. Really, let's
No, he
let's
doesn't.
watch it again,
No, he
and let's
doesn't.
see if he looks
Jim,
around.
Jim, can you
Let's
watch
see if
it
he looks
then,
around.
please?
Let's
'Cause
see
you
how
just
much to
said-
the left
wait,
or
wait,
right he looks.
Jim,
Here he goes.
exactly. You
It
just
falls.
admitted
Oh, what's
and
he
said
doing
he
right
wasn't
now,
doing any
Jim?
of this stuff. It didn't bounce around, Jim. Yet you were sitting here admitting also you haven't seen it in how long. So instead of saying what you know happens in the video, can you please watch the video?
Well, I would remember if there was noise of it bouncing around. I would remember.
There's noise of it bouncing around, you asshole. The whole audience thinks you're an asshole right now for denying
Let's work
this.
on the. Let's work on the. Well, I'm sure they do because I'm taking their little fantasy away from them.
You're not
and
taking
this
any
was a-
fantasy
this was a
away.
killer-
You're displaying
this was
your
a killer
fantasy,
for them.
Jim.
Because they've only ever seen
Where's
they've
this
only
all
ever
happening?
seen presentations by dishonest flat
All
earthers.
right, let's
that
not get away
only
from
show
the
them
point.
the
Let's
tiny
watch
bit
him
of the clip
unscrew it
that
again.
makes their
Are you
dream come
watching
true.
my stream, Jim? Are you watching my stream, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay,
hold
let's
on,
watch him.
hold on.
Here he
Hang on,
goes.
hang on, hang
We'll
on,
play
hang
it from right here. I've got the sound on, so be quiet for a
Okay, I'm
second.
watching. I'm watching.
What's he doing right now?
He went straight down towards the thing.
No, he
towards
didn't
the
go
next
straight down.
clip.
He looked around as if he was looking for something. Do we have to
I
watch
don't
it
think he did.
again?
Looked for
You don't
ages.
think he
Right,
did?
now let's see him
Then
put
went to the
the.
bottom
You
corner,
don't
went
think
down when
he
the
did?
gear is gone.
What?
Oh, ignore
Oh.
that, ignore that. Just open the next one.
Denying what
I-
you
I think
see
he
with
looked-
your
I think
own
he looked-
eyes
I think
is
he looked-
not a winning tactic, Jim.
I think he looked slightly to his left. Well, you're making stuff up in front of your eyes.
I'm not making
When I
anything
came in
up.
here, you said You said you saw this thing drop. You don't see anything drop. You just assume it
You
dropped.
see a man unscrewing something from the wall, and then you hear it drop, and you see him look around for it. That's what we're watching right now. We've watched it multiple times, and you're trying this little Jedi mind trick. I don't know if you're deluding yourself or you're trying to
the one
delude
pulling
the
the trick.
audience. And
You
me.
were the one not showing the whole thing. You were the one working with half
Okay,
truths,
all right.
not me.
You're being so
I'm the one who
dishonest.
says, let,
You're being
let
so
everyone see
dishonest
what's
now.
actually happening. You're the
Your
one that relies
dishonesty
on
is on full display.
on
It
careful
might as well
editing
be feathers
to
coming out of
to
your
make
asshole.
to make your story happen.
Fractal nitpicking for the win.
Fractal
can I say one
nitpicking.
thing
What
too,
does that
Jim? You know how you
bollocks
tell
mean?
people that this isn't, when we go to your server, that this isn't like other servers and this is your server, this is how it's going to go in your home, in your house? You should really respect Brandon more and not speak over everybody, especially Brandon. And it's quite ridiculous how you come in here and put everybody down without even watching the video, including the flat earthers.
I've seen this video 1,000
You're a
times.
liar,
It's
and
an
you
old
need to
chestnut.
stop talking and disrespecting people and respect
It's
their
been around for
server, like you
years,
want.
Stacey. It's not new. It's not some discovery.
Is it perfectly okay for you to talk over
Flat earth
Stacey,
old
but you
chestnut.
screamed like a child when somebody did it to you before? You ran
Well,
away
because
when
I couldn't
somebody
get a
did it to
single
you before,
sentence
but you
out.
did it all over Stacey.
I couldn't
and
get
now
a
all
single
over me.
sentence out.
Well done,
We got several of Stacey's sentences, and we certainly got the meaning of what she was saying.
And you talked over her.
Which is what she
You
always
talked
says.
over both women. You
Which
talked
is what
over
she always says.
Brandon
What a terrible
and both
person I
women.
am.
This isn't your site, Jim.
Bullshit,
You
Jim.
talked over Brandon and
Stacey
both
has
women.
nothing else to offer other than that.
Get
Anyway,
different subjects.
so I've offered my reasoning. Do you guys have anything in rebuttal to what I've said?
Shit like that,
You didn't
Or are you-
offer anything.
You're just gonna.
Thank you.
You're just gonna keep
Thank
going.
you for
You're
stopping
just gonna
by,
keep
Jim.
going with that.
Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
not
You can
really
go now.
offered any.
We're going to change the subject from you being the center of attention
Bye,
because
Jim.
you're obviously lying.
I
Thank you
I
very
want to
much,
say
though, for
something.
stopping
I
in.
put a picture in the chat where you can see that the screw that you experience to drop down is hanging on the panel.
Right.
So what drops down?
Look to the picture. What I put in the chat.
So what drops down?
That is only a noise.
Oh, it's just a noise that
He
happened by itself.
screws this
It's
thing
only a
out, and
noise.
maybe
So what is he
it
looking
hits the
around for
panel or
when he looks
something.
down?
It's not-
What's he
it's not-
looking around
nothing-
for when he looks
nothing
down?
drops down.
They steal pictures very
If
convincing.
it's on a wire and it bangs against the panel door and he thinks, or he's forgotten it's on a wire and he thinks it's fallen all the way down, well, he's going to look all the way down. But that noise could have been it on a wire hitting the panel, but the point is it's still falling down.
No, it's not
Like, it
falling
should have
down.
just
It hangs
floated
there.
up.
It's still there.
It's still there. You can see it sort of dangling around. It sort of wobbles around a little bit, right, Lich?
You can see it for a moment. I make a picture from this second.
Right.
Yeah, we're looking at it. So we watched a video of a guy unscrewing something. Something fell down. We heard it drop, bounce around, and we saw him look around for it. That's what we
No, you
watched
don't heard
over
drop. You
and
heard,
over again.
noise, something
And
hit
that's what we
anything.
heard. Why did he think that something fell and dropped around? Why did he look around for something?
Why you this? We
He
are
had to
used to this.
He had to
That,
locate the
you
bottom
heard
right
noise. You
corner.
think something fall down. That you're living on Earth. If you have something, it drops. That is what you are used to.
Right. Right.
In space, it is different.
Wow. You guys are really something. We don't see what we see. We don't hear what we hear. It's just an illusion.
see the
It
thing
just
hanging there.
happens to look
Yeah,
like
but
a guy
point
who
is
dropped
still there.
something. It
You're
just happens
talking
to
over
sound like
Brandon.
something that falls to
You're
the ground
talking
and
over
bounces
Brandon
around.
again.
You.
and
Point
he
us to
didn't
where in the
play it
video
all the way
you see
through,
this screw
so-
in flight. Point us to where you see this screw falling.
Now we're going to focus on the words, we see the screw falling. What I said was,
Yeah.
we see the man unscrew something, something falls, we hear it bounce around,
Okay,
then
point
we
us-
see him
point us
look
to where
around
you-
for it. We're not going to focus on whether or not we see the screw in the video
Okay, are we
actually
gonna
falling down. We're
focus
not
on-
going to focus on that. We're going to focus
What
on
about
the fact
something
that you're in
falls?
here trying to say that we don't see what we see and we don't hear what we hear, and he's not doing what he's doing. That's what we're
Okay,
going to
so
focus
show
on.
us where something falls. Those were your words. So show us
Oh,
that.
well, you want to watch the clip again?
I want you to point to where you can see something.
We're not going to focus on whether we see something fall or not.
So you can't see something
We
falling.
watched the
You made that
video
up.
multiple times.
Why do you need to make things up about
You are
this,
playing
Brandon?
semantic games now. What I said is
No, I'm not.
we see him
You
unscrew
said
something.
You were very
something
specific
falls.
about what you could see.
All right, Jem, I've had enough.
Yeah, show the screw floating. Brian, the screw's attached to the panel.
He's got the still picture.
y'all.
I have another
This is some
thing.
kind of joke, dude.
I have another thing. This rings there. I have to make a moment. I have to make the tone out here. So the rings, they're lying on the panel, and if you want to use them, you have to pull them away, and maybe he let that thing go and it hits the panel. That are the things are like springs. You have to come over a force to make them not lying on the panel.
Or how about some piece of that contraption that's holding that in fell when he pulled on that, and
No,
he
it
looked
feels
down
nothing.
for it
The
after it bounced
the ring
around
flips
on
back
the
to the
ground,
panel, nothing
just like
more.
we see in the video.
I know these things. I use them sometimes on machines.
Shut up.
So you're familiar
Shut up.
with
You don't know what could have fallen.
You're familiar with the design of the ISS, and you are familiar
No,
with
see
these
the ring.
particular contraptions and how they're installed on the ISS in this panel in the wall.
Those quarter turn fasteners I am familiar with.
The rings.
You don't know what could have fallen, left lane.
So they have to be a little spring mechanism so that they're lying on the panel all the time. You have to pull them away to turn them, and if you let them go, it flips back.
Before he could do that quarter turn like that, before he could do that quarter turn, it appears that he moves a screw that's locking it in place, and that's what fell. You can see the level with his thumb.
Yeah, so he something falls. It's very clear that something falls. I admire your guys' attempts to make excuses up, but this is what we see. So if it's just one of those pulley things, let me ask you something. If it's just one of these pulley things where you pull on it, why is he twisting? Like he's putting his finger on a screw to untwist it.
It's a quarter turn. It's a quarter turn fastener, and it's what I'm familiar with. It's got a ring that you push down and it collapses, so it's flush. And you reach in there and you pull the ring out and quarter turn it, and it opens the panel. And the fastener stays in the panel.
But
yeah, when you turn it more than a quarter turn, it falls out.
Sorry, Ricky. I'm so hurt. Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, well, it looks like he turns it more than a quarter turn to me. I don't know what fell, but it does seem like something fell. And for other men to say that, oh, no, I know exactly how this is designed on the ISS. I know nothing could have fallen. What you heard was not something falling. It was something floating in space making that sound. That's just a far stretch, man. I don't know why y'all are even saying
rough with it. Those little things where you stick your finger in and you pull the ring up and then you twist it to open it. If it's one of them, he looks like he's really rough with it and really, as soon as his hand goes, then you see that his hand kind of goes and moves a bit and then it drops. So it's like he was a bit too rough and just broke something on it.
Now, could he have broke it? And if he broke it, then he's not going to be attached to the same thing anymore. And Paige is right. It's back where I was going with it.
I put one of these things in the shed.
That's exactly what happened. He pulled that little pulley thing. He pulled that out. Watch this.
Yeah, it's gone.
I put this thing in the shed.
It's not there anymore. Watch.
I put it in the
we don't want to hear your excuses anymore.
No excuses for a second. Let's watch this real quick together. No one should be afraid of watching this, right? Let's watch it.
I put on one of the secure bolts in the shed.
Who is that?
Shut up.
That is the ring what I'm talking about.
Guys, be quiet. We're trying to listen.
Called a hitch.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I know. You guys are so quick to make excuses up for this. It's really telling.
I put it in general. Where I have to put it.
All right, here we are. We're coming into it. Now look at that thing. Do you see the top one? You can see the ring right there. Can you guys see my mouse in Discord? I always forget. When I present, can you guys see my mouse in Discord?
No.
I don't see it.
All right, well, look at the top
If it's on
ring.
there and I don't see it.
You know where he's going to go up to there and he's going to do whatever he does with his fingers?
Put it on slow-mo, Brandon.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Maybe better than play, stop, Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we saw it, but yeah, that should work. Okay, so if you look at it, and I'll try to zoom in more. That's about as much as I can zoom in. You see clearly though, there's a ring on top, there's a ring on bottom. See those rings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely two rings. There's
And
no
if you look on the left, Brandon, you're
Yep.
gonna see one ring missing on the top and one on the bottom.
Yep.
It
See
does
it on the
kind of
left?
look like that top left ring isn't there.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it's
isn't
gone.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Just as a reference, yeah.
Okay. All right, so now let's
Pager, Mike.
watch it. What's up? Oops, I put 2 times speed
Pager,
on.
Mike has some kind of weird feedback or something.
All right, there we go. Now it's half speed. Now he's going up to it. He's putting his hand on it.
He pulls the ring out. He has to pull the ring out.
Yep. He grabs the ring.
Then the ring flips back and makes the noise.
So why are you doing play-by-play? You know I'm the host of the show, right? And you hear me going play-by-play and saying what he's doing, and then you're going to jump in to make sure that your point of view is heard and that you do the play-by-play. Why?
Okay.
Because they're trolls.
Now maybe I'm a little bit excited.
Okay, no problem.
That was a great answer. I have newfound respect for him. Starting over with that.
Yeah, that was fantastic answer.
All right, ready? Okay, so there we go. So he's doing what he's doing, right? He's really twisted on that thing weird. Okay, there it goes. Now this is about where he drops it, right? Oh, look at his reaction. Did you see how that jerk? Okay, react. Look down immediately afterwards. Forget about his hand. Looks away from his hand, looks down. It changing direction as he's looking down. Looks down, puts his hand
Where's the ring
down.
gone?
Yeah,
Where's the ring gone?
The ring's gone. You can see it clearly.
Yep. Ring's
Yep.
gone.
Ouch, that hurts.
Clear.
Yeah, and the one
That's what I'm talking about. That Earth-like jerk.
Okay. The ring is gone.
Forget about if you filmed this and you didn't think this guy was in space, you thought he was in a shop somewhere, you would know that something dropped, hit the floor, he looked down immediately to pick it up. Just because they think they're in space is the only reason they're making excuses for this BS, and I'm tired of the lies. Screw them.
Talk to him.
Hey, where's the fucking ring, assholes?
And that make some pictures more.
Not hanging. It ain't hanging anywhere
Make them-
on a
make-
string or nothing, not
make some
attached
pictures more.
anymore.
What's the next
No
excuse?
recoil. Where's the recoil?
They gotta
Remember
huddle up.
he said
And,
there was a recoil?
Yeah, he said it
I'm
was
sorry.
the recoil. We just watched a man drop that O-ring and look down for it. That's what we just watched, and now the O-ring's not there. Oh, I'm pausing it, I'm playing it, I'm pausing. The ring's still not there, assholes. Ring's not there. How long do I have to play till the ring reappears and he stops looking
At
around
least
for it?
8 minutes. At least.
Oh,
You
man.
guys got blasted tonight.
Oh boy, this was a blast in a shellacking.
Mark, I told you
Maybe
we were
the
gonna
ring
do
is in the horizontal.
It
Another
would have-
excuse coming.
Doxy.
It would have been better
Mark, I
if you
told you.
publicly posted a video of yourself getting ass blasted by a horse than to sit here and make these excuses up tonight.
Just say
Mark,
he
I
hit a
told-
spot in space that there were no gravity again, and you
I
would have been
can see the
better
ring.
off not looking like an ass. I can see the ring.
Mark, I told you we were gonna do him dirty tonight.
No, it's
See, the
it's
thing
getting
is,
good.
when he grabs it, right, to go turn it, his hand's already awkward as all hell, and that's why he drops it. You can even tell the way his hand positioned. So he's not going to grab it. But the fact that they're saying that it's attached and it's, oh no, it's somebody hearing something pop, like Jim said, is nonsense.
And when we see him putting the when we see him putting the panel back in,
Rumpus
the ring has appeared again. So one of his teammates or the studio team must have put it back in because they realised they'd made a mistake.
You can clearly, yeah, I bet you that's 100% what happened, because you can clearly kind of almost see him when he's looking down, realize, oh shit, it just fell, and I'm looking around, and then kind of go on to, you know, opening the
tries
panel
to cover it up, play it off. Like
You
it didn't happen.
can't take the natural
Yeah, he
reaction
would have
out of
had-
humans, no matter if they
Exactly,
think
but he
they're
would have had
faking
somebody
space
in
or
his
not.
ear.
Yep. When something
Brandon.
fell and hit the floor, he absolutely, when he dropped something, his natural instinct is to look down on where that thing dropped to so you can find it. That's human instinct. Can't take it out of people, no matter
Exactly.
if you
You
think
can't
they're in
take
space
it
or
out
not.
of people. That's why it's a
You can
natural human
even
instinct.
see.
So
you can
that's
even
what we've
see the
grown
little.
up doing.
Where'd the
So that's
O-ring
why
go,
something
Rumpus?
dropped.
Where'd the O-ring
Brandon,
go?
wind it on. Brandon, wind it on
Where'd the
30
O-ring
seconds.
go, Rumpus?
Oh, it obviously disappears. I don't know, but wind it on 30 seconds, and then you'll see it
Where'd
floating.
the O-ring
The other
go,
one,
Rumpus?
I don't know.
What fell?
But Brandon,
What fell when
right
he was
there,
pulling on the O-ring, Rumpus? Oh, Rumpus,
can
no,
I
no,
finish
shut
the
up.
sentence,
I
please?
want you to answer my questions with direct answers and yes or no. When he twisted his hand and he twisted that O-ring, did the O-ring come out of the attachment and fall?
It came out the attachment. Obviously, where it went, I don't know.
Did you hear
It's
something
nothing
directly
fall.
after that happened? Did you hear a noise
Yeah,
in
but
the video?
There is a noise, yes, but
Did he
you're
look
making
down as if he
anything
was
falling?
looking
He
for
certainly
something?
did.
Did he directly afterwards look down as if he was looking for something?
He did do that, yes.
So why does it look like we're watching a video of someone pull an O-ring out of an attachment in ISS and it fall to the ground and bounce around,
It
and he
didn't
looks
fall to the
around for
ground.
it and then
You didn't see
miraculously
that. You're making
reappears?
that up.
We didn't see it.
No, you didn't see it fall to the ground, no.
I don't care if you saw it or not, Rumpus. You know why? Because you just admitted that it's not there. It's not hanging. You
Oh, it's
don't
not
know where
there.
it
No,
is.
he's
You heard
obviously-
it
he's
sound.
obviously-
Wait, stop it, sir. Then
I
you see
haven't
the
finished
reaction
the
of him
full
to look
sentence
down.
yet.
I
Not
don't
yet.
really
I
care
haven't
because I'm
full
talking right
sentence.
now.
Yeah,
And
I
the
know.
fact
You
that you can
interrupted
admit
my-
that
I
and you
haven't
don't
had
know
a full
where it went
sentence
because it's
yet,
magical
and
and
you've
it's
decided
Narnia
you can
is a
interrupt
bigger
me.
issue.
So,
Rumpus.
hold on. I would like to make a big point. If you wind on 30
Who
seconds.
cares what you want to do? You just
Well, I
talk
don't
to her the
care
whole
that you
time.
don't care.
You should be on mute.
Wind
Don't
on
tell me to
30
shut up,
seconds.
left lane. This dude
Look,
just talked to
what
the
I'm
lady
saying, man,
the whole time.
I have
Yeah,
not
to
been over
Rumpus.
yet.
To
Wind-
Rumpus. I'm doing it to Rumpus. You're
Be
right.
quiet, you twat.
I'm going
I
to
have-
continue to do it to
You
Rumpus
can't just
until
interrupt
Stacy
me,
gets
you
her time
twat.
to speak.
You rude little
Go
moron.
ahead, Stacy. Stacy, you need to say what you want to say. Go ahead.
You're not blowing this up tonight, Rumpus. Go ahead, Stacy.
That's the point. When you gonna sit there and admit, okay, guess what? Like Jim was saying, it's not attached, right? You don't know where it's at. You saw him look down and normal reaction. You don't have any clue where it's at right now. But then you're gonna go back to, oh yeah, but nothing happened like that. Even when you're seeing reality happen right in front of you, you're gonna deny it. This is a problem with you guys.
Straight up, 100% denial. Well said, Stacy. Even when it's right in front of your face and you're watching it.
This is kind of like when I present
excuses and deny what you
This
see
is-
and tell us we didn't see what we saw or hear what we heard.
This is kind of like when I present that video of the guy in the USMC T-shirt and the lady with the straight perm in her hair. You know how you can clearly see him pulling on a wire. They'll say, "Oh, what wire? We don't see the wire." You know, obviously they're going to use a wire that's such a small angular size that the camera's not going to pick it up. Duh.
Is
Like,
that,
just-
is that the ring right there? It looked like the ring was right there on the ground if you go back.
Oh, did
maybe
you see it?
Maybe it's another ring or something, but like if you go back like 10 seconds, it looks like the ring's sitting right there on
This
the
is
ground. You can see
before it falls out.
Yeah, check it out after it falls out and look on in the background on the ground.
Okay, tell me when to pause it.
Okay.
All right.
It's like probably 3 or 4 seconds from here.
Oops, O-ring fell. I guess it's not called an O-ring. Somebody corrected me in chat. I don't know what the hell it's called.
And it's right there. Is that it? Right there on the ground?
Where at?
I wish I could point. Like kind of like I see a circular object kind of on the in between his leg and the side of the room.
Oh, like
kind of near the back.
In the panel you're talking about?
I don't see anything.
No,
Maybe
he's
that is-
talking about. See where that grey tube is coming down
What
into
is
the
that?
wall, and then you've got a little white toilet papery dispenser thing. On the left of it, down underneath that, there's a black circular thing. I think that's what he's talking about.
Now that you say that, I think maybe that's in the wall. I think that's the wall, not the ground. So
Right.
maybe not.
Yeah, yeah, it's in the
Okay,
wall
never
you're
mind.
talking about. I noticed
Yeah,
another
yeah, it
thing,
is too,
guys,
the
if
wall.
I
Yeah.
may. What Rumpus said. I'll blow what Rumpus said out of the water. Rumpus agreed that it came out, the pin, right?
Yep.
He did. The O-ring, yeah.
Yes, he did. And by the way, I don't care if they're all attached and this one got broke and it fell to the ground. It's missing. You don't know where it's at. You can't see it. And he had a normal reaction of a human being when something falls and you heard something fall and bounce and he looked down. How the hell can you deny that?
I haven't even watched this video just from, I listened to it earlier. I did watch it earlier, but I haven't watched as many times as you guys had. But just from hearing it one time, I instantly knew that something had dropped just from hearing it. It was crystal
same here.
clear.
Yep.
And if it didn't drop, it should be floating.
Yeah, how do you drop something? You can't drop something when you're when there's you're floating around and low gravity or wherever they claim to be.
Just think about that. See that round, whatever we're calling it, the round pin. Just think about the size it is, how far it had to drop, the material is dropping on. That's the exact sound. It's the exact timing when he appeared to drop something. The exact timing of him appearing to look down. It's everything.
See on the right there, you can see what the rings look like. Metal with the little metal thing.
Yeah.
Did we not see an edit there? There was definitely an edit.
Was there?
Yeah. Before he starts putting the panel back, there's an edit. You watch.
Oh shit!
No, not that.
That did that.
Yeah, that looked like an edit.
You didn't think that looked like an edit, Mark? How can I? Is there a way to back up a couple frames in this? There we go.
From there to the panel is definitely an edit. There's time missing.
Right there. Did you
Right
see
there.
it?
Yeah. There's a fade out and a fade in. Yeah, and that's when the ring was put back in.
Let's see if the O-ring's back there.
Why
once
don't
he
you
puts
try a
this
little
on.
bit of honesty
There he goes.
and do what Rumpus said?
Ready?
And there's the ring.
Oh my gosh.
We got an edit and the ring's back? Seriously?
The
Come on,
ring
guys.
is.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What the fuck?
There it is.
I'll be damned.
And look at it floating around. It wasn't
good.
Like it's just floating around. So where did that sound come from?
When did he put that ring back on there, Dr. Phil?
Wow, another heavy hitter in tonight, right? Sent everybody.
I should have seen him put that back in, floating around, right? But Professor Phil, I should have seen him. It's still attached. It's floating around attached to it. He puts it back on. Why is there not a point where I see him put it back on and it's back on out of nowhere?
Yo, shouts out to Mark for bringing this up.
Yeah, excellent job.
This is-
Excellent call, Mark. Fucking
Shout out to
Good shit.
Rumpus being honest and saying the ring was missing.
Yes.
Dr. Phil, how did the ring get back there? Probably a good call.
Magic.
Not to say anything. I agree with your approach.
Why can't he just
Doctor-
be honest, like he asked us to do? Why can't you just be honest, Phil, and tell us
Is
what's going on here? You came in hot, accusing us of not being
I
honest.
will
Now you've gone
watch
quiet.
this entire thing in my good time, and then I will do a video on this for you.
Is this the same Dr. Phil that gave us evidence of the satellites falling through clouds?
Yes.
You see how you deny stuff. You deny the reality of satellites. What do you think?
No, we're
the
not changing the
millions of
subject to
people-
satellites. We're not changing
They're
the
not
subject to
reality to
satellites.
me.
Stop and listen for a minute.
We're
Trying
not
to
doing
turn
that.
around on us.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
What do you think?
We're talking about this
What
specific
do you
subject
think
here.
the millions of people who have satellite dishes?
This
Don't
is about
care.
your
Don't
denial
care,
tonight.
Phil. We don't care tonight.
Of course you don't care.
Yep.
Of course
That's right.
you don't
Listen at him.
Professor,
Turned it
because
right on
that's
us.
not
Hey,
what
he's
we're
trying.
talking about. You not
No,
respect
because
you,
you're not
Phil,
interested
right?
in facts.
But sis,
You're
no.
interested in your
No,
little
yes, we are.
cult.
Professor,
No,
please
we're
calm
not
down.
worried about
for
what
real,
we're
because you know
interested
you're talking
in.
to me.
I don't
Go ahead,
need
Stacey.
to calm down for you. Don't tell me
We're
what to do.
talking about a subject at hand. We don't want to derail from that. You could talk about your satellites any other time, and that's fine. But right now, we're talking about what happened on it. So can we please get back to that and what's going on with the rings and stuff? Do you have anything to say about that, Professor Phil? Why out of nowhere it goes missing. We hear a sound and then, oh, guess what? There's an edit and it's back. Can you please explain that?
Yeah, you could start by answering my question. How did the ring get back on there, Professor Phil?
I don't know. I will have to look at it.
Good call. It did get back on there, though, didn't it, Professor?
And right
Again, I'll make my comments when I've had a good look at it.
Well, then why are you in here
And where
defending
did
it
the
if
pin
you
go,
don't know and you
Professor?
need to take a good look at it? Why
Make
did
up
you
that
come in here
story.
to defend it, Phil?
Now, I came in here to simply tell you that Rumpus asked you to wind it back 30 seconds and have a look at it so that we all could have a look at it. But of course, you wouldn't do that.
What am I doing right now? And what did we
We've
do
wound
before?
it back like 100
There
times.
you are. That's great.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
we've already rewinded it and went
These
forward as well with
people
Jen.
are
So which one do
sick.
you want?
It's amazing.
Backwards, forward.
That's
It's a
fine now.
sickness.
It's really unbelievable. You guys are going to go down in history someday.
I think you will go down in history. They will say one day that there was a time, a stretch of about 5 or 6 years, when people just went mad and actually thought the earth was flat.
And actually believed what they
Honey, that's
saw
already
and
happened.
heard and didn't believe authorities.
Actually
That's
thought
crazy.
for themselves.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
How crazy. You insane people thinking for yourselves and not just, taking what your
No,
lovely
insane.
government tells
It's a
you
real
to take.
sickness, right, Paige?
Insanity is
Mm.
thinking
Oh,
that
yeah.
the earth is
This
flat.
globiolus
That's
virus
insanity.
and all these things going around. It's insanity.
This shit's
I
only.
know someone who's
I got a
86 years
comment
old who was
too.
told that the earth is flat in school. How old are you? And you want to sit here and tell me that we're crazy for believing this stuff? But not that long ago, really, honestly, people were told this stuff. So please don't come in here with that nonsense, please.
The insanity is believing that
can I
the
say
earth
something
is
to
flat.
Phil?
Not
Can I
only
say
that
something
it
to
is
Phil,
flat,
Brandon?
that it could even be flat.
We're not talking about the
Phil,
shape of the
I want
Earth
to
right now,
see.
actually, Phil. We're talking about this NASA video where he clearly dropped something, looked around for it, and then quickly realized what he was doing, took the panel off, and then magically the O-ring that had fallen off previously reappeared.
Skip the part where we heard it fall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the part where there was a cut.
And the part where there's an edit and the thing magically reappears. Yeah, good call.
And the part
What
where
do you say, Professor Phil, to that? What do you say to that?
I told you that before, that I would look at it in detail and make my comments afterwards.
Then see you later. Bye.
And you
Phil, can you hear me?
recognize that he opens the bolt on the bottom and on the left side, and then he tries to pull the panel away, and it sticks there where you think the bolt is gone.
Uh-huh. How come this
Then
is
he-
supposed to be a live
he
video?
goes closer and
You're
turns the
kidding
thing
me.
again and pulls the panel away.
Why is this a live video with a cut in it?
I don't see a cut.
Oh, there's a cut. Well, we'll watch it again just so you can see it. So let's watch. Oh,
He still
there we
he
go.
still won't see it,
Do I
Brandon.
need to pull it
There
into
it
a program to see it frame by frame, or can you just look at it and know that that's a cut
I
right there?
tried to
Because
do
it's
it like
obvious.
So
to pretty much
who
everybody.
had the Brandon? Who
Boom.
had the idea where we need to get the forensic photo thing?
Oh, I can't remember.
We need that, I think.
Well, no, all we need to do, I'll pull this into somebody rip this video right now. Rip this video right now. I'll give you the link. I'll rip it too, actually, in the background. But all I need to do is pull it in, and we will be able to see that. I'll slow this down to infinity, but you can see it clear as day right here. There's a
can see the
part where
panel
that
stick
panel
to the wall.
is see-through. You can see that that's a cut.
That's a huge amount of time. That's a long time. That's over a second.
They got some bad editors. They need to get some good video editors over there.
And then
I told you, a G a day, NASA, and you got me.
Huh. Watch how the camera focus. For some reason, it's important to focus on that area where that O-ring was when it gets put back on. Watch this. It seems a little deliberate to me. Oh, make sure you focus on that and not the guy. Oh, make sure you focus over there. Yep, we got to make sure we get that in the shot right there. Yep. Don't focus on the man, but let's focus on that O-ring.
No, that's your fantasy.
No, this
It's
is
a
just me.
fantasy.
This is me interpreting what I clearly see with my own eyes and would be obvious to anybody who wasn't extremely biased towards the government's narrative.
But you see the pendulum sticks to the wall. Go back to he opens the other 3 screws and then he tries to pull it away and it sticks on the right side, on the top left right side.
So who cares about it sticking? We're talking about a missing O-ring that fell to the ground.
The bolt is there in that's where it sticks.
Where did the O-ring go? And how did it get back
it's
in?
horizontal. You can't see it anymore.
Oh, it's a vanishing O-ring. It's invisible for a while.
No, these rings. There's a feather mechanism. You pull it from the wall away, and then it stays horizontal.
Oh, how does it not do that right here? Because it bounces around all over the place right here. See that?
Yeah,
we
then
can
you
clearly
pull
see
it-
the
they
O-ring
pull
still
the- pull the
there.
bolt out.
And then it's going
Then
to
it
hang,
starts- the
and
bolt
that's how we
hangs,
see the O-ring.
all the bolts
The
is
only
hanging
time
there.
we don't see it is after it appears to fall out of his hand and onto the ground, and then
Yeah.
he looks around for it.
And
That's the
down
only
left
time we
side,
don't see
you
the
can't see
O-ring.
the
That's
ring.
weird. It must have just been in the exact right position.
Go
at
back,
that
go
time.
back.
Is that what you're trying to
Go
tell
back.
me?
Go back. 2 seconds back. And you can see. Go back in this video. Maybe I should look to the other video.
I'm having audio problem.
What
Hold
I'm
on just
looking
one
for.
second.
Clearly, you don't understand, Brandon.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Sorry,
go-
I didn't
go
hear the
to the second
response to
back.
that.
We hear
but
you.
It seems very
We hear
convenient
you.
that is the one time that we don't see that O-ring. You're telling me it's in the exact right position not to see it
I
after
want
he appears
to
to
show.
drop
I
it.
want to show you. There's another ring you can't see.
Can you hear Brandon talking, sir?
Back, go few
I don't
seconds
think
back.
he can. I don't. He does this all the time in other chat rooms too.
He's doing
Do
it.
you hear the host talking? I'm asking you a question, sir. Hello?
What? Talking with me or what?
Yes, you. Do you hear the host? His name is Brandon. Can you hear
Yes.
him talking?
Yes, I hear him.
Then why don't you let him finish before you start, please? Thank you.
Yes. There is not a point. Yeah, stop. You're far away back.
Convenient that you can't see the O-ring when or that portion of the board when he pulls it off, isn't it?
Yeah, go a little bit forward, and the moment the pendulum is on the wall again.
Yeah, you're gonna
Again.
need to come up with a pretty rock solid
No,
reason,
I
like
want
some
to show-
evidence
I'm
now,
not- I'm
because
not
we've just
fighting
shown
you.
you the evidence that this O-ring falls out and he looks around
I
for it, and then
want
it's
to
not
show
in the
you
board
that-
anymore, and then it magically reappears after there's a cut. We just went through that step by step.
There's another cut right there. There's another cut right there unless you sped it up.
Oh no, I'm speeding it up right now. I'm not letting it play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just going through it to kind of get to the different points here. But I think we've had enough excuses on this. I mean, you guys can keep trying, but it's not going to change what I see or what I heard. Does anybody else think words or anything is going to convince them at this point? No.
No, I mean it's pretty clear cut that something drops. I mean, we could hear it drop. We see the guy look for it. There's a cut. All of a sudden, the thing's back after we didn't see it. It's, I mean, this is pretty definitive right here.
I will give you the point. It is very strange how he looks. That is really strange.
I appreciate you being intellectually
Even-
honest
even
enough
a
to say
girl
that.
had to say
That's a
something
step
about
That
forward.
was bold. That was bold right there. Thank you.
But I don't think that he dropped something.
Oh, just messing with you. Hey, you guys go ahead and talk for a minute. I'll be right back. Sorry. In a couple minutes. I'll just let this
What would
play.
anyone say to a baller? Because I feel like a baller's response to this would be, well, the video quality is just so low that you can't really make it out via the resolution. What would you say to someone who said that?
Funny that
I mean, we
NASA
could
with
see
all their
it.
billions can't afford 1080p video. I mean, it's only been out for, I guess it wasn't out 8 years ago.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, we could see this O-ring or washer or whatever it is before, right?
Stop.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, Jeremy. And you see it missing.
Anyone saying that it's bad quality and we can't see the O-ring, I would just show them where we can see the O-ring.
Stop the video.
You actually even see when the thing he's turning actually comes unattached from the wall, his hand jerks up. So the force that he's putting into it with his hand makes him, jerk up when it actually comes undone. So something comes undone in his hand.
They have to defend everything. They have to defend everything. They have to take it all the way, because if you just catch NASA out there one time, it's over for them.
And then they wonder why when they show us these videos and say, "See, we have plenty of evidence from space," we go, "No, that's not going to work."
Yeah.
I mean, we call it red-handed here. This is fucking undeniable as far as I'm concerned.
I think
pretty good,
this one, and I think this one and the whole comparing the 1960s stars and moon footage to the nowadays. I think those two. I mean, it's over.
I agree.
What do you think we're going to do? You think we're going to stop? You think we're going to stop our billion-dollar space industry?
Maybe you should start asking questions, Phil. Phil, you should start. You should start, Phil. What you should.
Dumb people think the Earth is flat. We're going to shut down a
Oh, go and spiral somewhere else, Phil.
Again.
You actually think that?
Phil, what you should do is you should start asking questions.
Gets dumber every day over here.
Yes, we're going to make sure NASA gets shut down. All their space shit gets shut down. If it's not us, it'll be our children. If it's not our children, it'll be our grandchildren, Phil.
And the other
We aren't going
72 agencies
anywhere.
around the world and buildings.
They can have their satelloons and their all that kind of shit, but no one is going past the firmament. And yes,
Phil,
we are going to tear you all down, Phil. We're coming for you.
Phil, what you should be asking yourself at this point
progress,
is...
Paige. You can't stop progress. You can't stop people
The
from
dumber gets
figuring
dumber
out the
every day.
psychological
Hey, Phil,
route to take.
Arwen was just talking, and then you started talking halfway
Exactly,
through a
Arwen.
sentence.
Yeah.
Arwen, please finish
Phil,
your statement if you want.
All right. Yeah, you can't stop progress. You can't stop people from figuring out a psychological route in order to convince the entire world that it is possible.
You bet, Arwen, that you can't stop progress. And
Phil, what you should be asking
year we improve our satellites, we improve what we can do. Now we have cameras that can actually take photographs 250 millimeters by 250 millimeters. That's the accuracy that we can get. This is done every single 12 hours that the satellite does.
I know. Earth is known as one of the most voyeurist planets in the universe, Professor Phil Bell.
Wonderful,
We sit here and
right?
look at
And
everything.
everything. Sorry, Aaron. So sorry.
Phil, what you should be asking yourself at this point is, you should be saying to yourself, is NASA lying to me?
Actually, I frankly don't care what NASA does because I don't have anything to do with them. But I can tell you, they're not lying to you.
But you
No,
just
you should
said,
be asking.
stop
I already
the
know they
billion-dollar
are.
Industry.
Hold on,
Are you
hold
kidding
on.
me? And then you're like, why should we stop that? But you don't care about them? You just.
I
said
already
you
How
don't
would he
give
know
a shit.
if they're lying to us if he has nothing to do with them? What? So now we just have to believe you, Phil?
Phil,
Like,
I already
really?
know they're lying. You need to be asking yourself.
Because
are
I
they
am
lying?
involved in the industry, Paige. That's
Is my
why,
mic low?
okay?
Nope.
So
yeah, satelloons, Phil, satelloons.
There's no
I've got a
such
question.
thing, Paige. Stop jerking
I got a
yourself
legitimate
off, okay?
question. I've got a legitimate question.
Yeah, let's hear
We
it.
talk about progress.
Hang on,
we
that's a bit
can't-
gross, Phil. I'm not a guy, and I'm not jerking myself off.
Paige, Howard was
Okay,
asking
you
a
have this
question.
weird sexual thing that you do when you cry.
Hey guys, Howard was in the middle of asking a question.
Stop being an idiot.
Howard, go ahead.
Thank you, Brandon. We talk about progress, and we can't stop progress. What progress do y'all think that flat Earth will contribute to humanity?
Well, finding out the truth. Finding out the truth would be some good progress.
No, I mean progression in humanity and development.
Yeah,
You
the
ain't
truth
getting that
is, if you have a bait,
We're
if
figuring
you
out
start
the
off
entire
with
world
a
is
now,
built to trick us, and we're getting proficient at figuring it out on certain
So what
levels. But
progress?
it takes time. It takes people to sharpen up as to what is typical foolishness to get caught up with, and what is actually distinctive. Figuring out where the traps lie, where the trick right around that little corner is. No, it takes
Okay.
time. So that's the
Yeah.
progress that we make, figuring out how they're trying to fool us.
So figuring out someone's trying to fool you. I'm talking about progression of humanity.
Can we
Right, and I
progress
can
if
answer
we're?
that for you.
All right.
Spirituality, Howard.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
on a
it gives
delay, guys. I
humanity.
could tell, and I apologize if I'm cutting over people too. I
It's
could
all
hear
right.
an echo, and I'm coming in way later. You know, Jeremy, I wouldn't do that to you, honey.
No, it's
If you
fine.
want to
Yeah,
go
go
ahead and
ahead.
speak, it's not a problem.
No, go ahead, Stacey.
For me, it's
Go
like
ahead.
it's like answer professors feel the same, feel at the same time. You're talking about $1 billion industry, billions of dollars, and you talk about our world right now. All that money, if they're lying, could be put into our system and make us better here. Forget about shape of the earth. What about people, right, that are suffering? What about the water, right, that needs to be changed in Flint, Michigan? All these things that this money could go to actually help society, instead of you wasting it on your lives. That's how it
Actually,
could
the
change.
satellites are helping society.
How you have a society taking pictures all damn day long of fake shit?
That's what your opinion is. I'm telling you, the satellites do help society. Okay?
The satellites
I
that are
don't think
Phil.
starving
Phil, is
people
it
would care
Phil?
about
Is it
your
the satellites that
Phil.
are falling in? Phil, is it the satellites that are falling into the clouds? Are those the ones helping society?
That's your
I hope
stupidity.
it's not those.
That's
I hope
your
it's not
stupidity.
those cloud satellites.
Yeah, that's your stupidity.
What do they use those cloud satellites for, Phil? Anyway,
What cloud satellites?
the ones that they drop into the clouds.
Well, they didn't, Brandon.
Oh.
You're just acting like an idiot because that's the best you can do.
I watched it happen. I was just
don't
wondering
use
why.
that.
No, you didn't, Brandon.
Just use towers.
You
Certainly
just,
did.
Yeah, you
just
didn't
watched-
see what you saw, Brandon. You didn't.
Absolutely, you did not. You did not see satellites falling into clouds.
I did. I
Out
watched
of all
it
the
many
footage
times.
you could have get,
That is just plain stupid. All you
Out
need
of-
to do, Paige, all you need to do is to go
Can you
to
show
any
me
one of those
where you've
videos,
seen
like,
mass
go and-
attracting
go and
gas,
watch Where's
Professor
Wally's
Kev?
video.
you don't have math.
Okay?
Yeah,
He
math.
Phil,
proves
I
that
don't
it's
trust
not.
any of those guys. They're all liars.
Of course you
Everything
don't,
you guys
Paige,
do on
because you want
satellites
to
that you
believe in
say
your
are in
stupid little
space
cult.
can be done inside the firmament. What you need to show us is that you can create a pressure differential with gas pressure and a vacuum next to each other with no barrier. You need to
Where
show
the hell
us
would
that you
that be,
can get
Paige?
to space.
Okay, Paige, let's
You
go
need
on a
to
one-on-one
demonstrate
here.
your
Come on,
claim.
Paige. Why
Okay,
don't
go
you
for
need
it.
the firmament?
Man, calm down.
Phil,
Paige,
last
why
time
do we need the firmament?
Hey, let
Why
me
do
say
we
something
need
real
the
quick,
firmament?
guys. Then you guys can
Can't
divert the
Sure.
way. We'll let Phil divert us to something else, if that's what we want to do. But Rob Keen, $5. Can you play it again for Jim? Rob, I hope I played it enough times for Jim because I didn't get a chance to read it while he was here. I think we got some good clips out of that one. So thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate it, man. All right, floor's open.
Okay, so why do you need the firmament?
Why do I need it? I don't
Yes,
think
what's the point
it's because
of
I
it?
need it. It's the point of it is to create and maintain air pressure, gas pressure, and I think that the stars at least are within it.
So Paige, let's just leave the stars out of it because that they'll just make a mockery.
Yeah,
of you. So let's just stay with why you think you need it. So Paige, the gas never gets to the so-called firmament that you're talking about because the higher up you go, the
enclosed.
less there is.
Yeah, to start the gradient.
We're already in a closed system. We're already in a closed system, Phil.
Paige, by the time you get to 100 kilometers, only 100 kilometers, there's practically no gas molecules left. Can you please tell
Yeah,
me
and if that was
why is it
and
that
if
the
that-
pressure is? Why is it that the gas molecules don't go any further?
Do you see what he's got us
because we're
doing now,
already in
Paige?
an enclosed
Do you see what he's done,
dynamic
Paige?
system.
That's not the,
Paige, do you see what he's done?
No, Phil, hang on, stop.
Get up to the firmament.
Phil, you have the burden of proof to show you can have a vacuum next to air pressure, not a gradient. We know we have a gradient.
There
it's
is-
within an
I don't
enclosed
need to
system
prove
already.
something that doesn't exist, Paige. There is
So
no
gas pressure
vacuum
next to a
the
vacuum
gas
doesn't
pressure.
exist.
We
there
don't
is
know.
no
We
such
do
thing.
not have that.
You made that up,
Yeah,
Paige.
you have positive pressure on the Earth. You have a vacuum in space. It doesn't matter
Yes,
whether you
and
want to
all
say
the
the
way up
gradient
there,
goes down to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That works in
it
my
does matter, Paige.
enclosed system as well. No, it
No,
doesn't,
it
Phil.
doesn't.
It's not the gradient where that's not our point. Our point is create that pressure
Paige,
and maintain it without a container.
But Paige, you don't need a container because the higher up you go, the less and less there is until there's practically none.
Okay, demonstrate that then.
Well,
Demonstrate
no
it.
problem. You can watch. You can look at the telemetry on a high altitude balloon.
Oh
you
my
can see that
God.
there's practically none.
Paige, you can always watch
Not the
Blue Marble.
gradient, Phil.
Paige, you can always watch Blue Marble's video where he showed us gas pressure in a container, or not a container. I don't know what he says it is.
An open container. But
He says it's not a container.
they're running
Why
away from the
doesn't the
actual
gas-
point. Phil,
why doesn't
show
the
us that
gas
the Earth
at the
could
ground-
have created this pressure back when it was, just forming, and there's all these molecules all coalescing together and making all these fucking balls in the sky. Show me how the Earth attracted that air to it and contained it around itself in a vacuum. Inject
So,
some
Paige-
gas into a vacuum and show me that fucking happening.
So, Paige, if you stop for a minute, I'll explain that to you. So, as the gas is formed,
I don't want your story. I want a demonstration.
Let him respond.
I'm
Paige,
sick of
let him
your
respond.
stories.
Let him
you want
respond,
me to
Paige.
go back 4
But I know
billion
what he's
years?
going to say.
I know, but you gotta
I'm
let
not
him
asking
say
for,
it.
I'm asking for a demonstration. Can he demonstrate it? No.
No,
Okay,
you've
conversation
got to tell
over.
me, Paige, why the firmament's necessary.
Because we have pressure in here. That's the only way you could have created it.
There's no pressure
I
where
want
the
a
firmament is.
demonstration
So
of this
why do we need it?
vacuous space
Down here,
above the
Phil.
atmosphere. Where's that?
What the
There's no
fuck?
firmament
How did you
down here,
create
Paige.
it without a container? How did
Paige,
you
there's
create?
no firmament down here.
I want to see
How
pressure
did
measurements
you
above
create
Earth.
a pressure gradient with no container? Back in the beginning,
Gravity.
I tried to explain it to you, but you wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you can't ask him questions and then not. You gotta let him
then
respond.
if it's gravity, demonstrate it. Manipulate gravity, pour some gas, shoot some gas into a vacuum, manipulate gravity and show me you making that gas into a ball. For fuck's sake.
So, Paige, this is what's happened. As the Earth already is massive, so it has gravity.
It wasn't
And
massive
as
at one
gas
stage.
particles
Gas does
rise,
not
they
go
have
down, go
energy.
boom boom, Professor.
Do you want to
Phil,
listen to this?
it started
Guys,
out
we
as a
gotta
spec.
let him
He
respond.
can't
Guys,
start out with
guys.
Earth. Oi, he can't start with Earth already formed.
I know, just
am
let him
going to
spit his
stop him.
nonsense.
Yeah, Paige,
Just let him
please let
spit
him
his
finish.
nonsense.
Because it's like
Jesus.
we're playing that game where now you guys are going to both be interrupting each other constantly. It's no fun to listen to, and nobody gets to hear you address his arguments if he doesn't even make his argument.
Okay, so thank you very much, Brandon. That's good of you. So basically, as the Earth is formed, it already has gravity, and as gases are formed on the Earth is now cooling, and as gases are formed, these gases have energy, and they will go as far as the energy will take them, but eventually they lose energy. And they'll go as far as they can before gravity overcomes the little energy that they have left. So they can't go any higher. Let's see what evidence there is for this. Well, put a helium balloon up in the sky. You'll see that it can't go any higher than 127 to 130,000 feet. That's its maximum. You've got to ask yourself, why is it that the helium balloon cannot go any higher than 127 to 130,000 feet? Why is that? The reason is because of its buoyancy. Outside of the balloon, the volume of the air outside for the same amount of volume that's in the balloon is exactly the same. So it can't go. It can't displace this balloon any further. This shows that there's get less and less and less gas the higher you go. Therefore,
Jedi.
at where you would expect the firmament to be, wherever that is, because you haven't told us how high the firmament is, there will be no gas. If there was a firmament
Oh,
Jedi called it.
How far has
Je-
it
Je-
been measured?
Hold on.
No
Je-
gas, rubbish,
How far
Phil. There's
has this
always
actually
gas.
been measured? I
See,
know
he's just lying
calculated.
about what happens
Why
up there.
aren't you just
He's not
listening?
through.
Jedi called it. You got an
Professor,
IFP,
I
then
was
you got an
listening.
IF,
Yeah.
you got an IFP, then Q fallacy there going on, Doctor Professor
There's
Phil Bell, whatever his name is.
absolutely
And can
no
he
point in talking
demonstrate
to
his
you.
claim? Can he demonstrate something forming together and he be a real scientist, actually manipulate the cause of your effect and show us that this could have happened? If you can't show us that it could have happened, then
Yes,
I've got a
Dave, I
damning
can show
point.
you
I've
that
got a
it could
damning
happen.
point if y'all let me make it. A damning
But I
point if y'all will let me make it.
I can't make a planet.
Okay, can
Here
we
we go.
do one at a time? I think Jedi was wanting to say something.
Exactly,
He's been cut
so
off.
it's
Yeah.
Let him
Listen,
speak
this is
first,
my
if you don't
damning
mind.
point, y'all.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
when you put the balloon in the liquid nitrogen and it deflates completely, okay, it's not like if we ripped a little hole in that balloon, air wouldn't go rushing in there because the air is already in there. Okay, so where's the air going? It's still there. The extreme cold temperatures up there, the air is still there. And my proof would be because if you put the air in liquid nitrogen and it deflates in the balloon, then it's not air trying to rush back in there. It's already, you know.
Jedi.
That didn't make even the slightest bit of sense.
Let Jedi go, please.
You know the gas, it collides off of each other up in the atmosphere. So where is it losing energy from, being as it's colliding with each other? Up there at the top of the atmosphere, when it's moving around still. Where's it's lost its energy? You're trying to tell me that the gas has stopped moving? What, next to the Earth that is flying around in space, it's not moving, but moving at the same time? You're ridiculous, Phil. You're trying to tell me that the gas... Hold tight, let me finish. Hold tight, let me finish, my friend. Let me finish, Phil. You're trying to tell me that the gas has run out of energy. Show me gas that's run out of energy. Can you do that?
It sounds
Yes,
silly.
have a look at a gas that's turning into a liquid.
A gas that's turning into a liquid, so that's what's happening in the sky apart from rain, right? I go up into the sky and it's turning into liquid.
thank you for proving flat Earth has waters above, Phil. Thank you very much.
You asked me. Your specific question was, show you a gas that's running out of energy. My specific answer to that is, look at a gas that's turning into a liquid. Got it?
And is that what's happening up in the upper atmosphere there when the gas
yeah, exactly. That's
runs out of
what's
energy?
happening to create the firmament.
No.
Then why did you
gas
say that?
concentration is
Then why did you
Sorry,
say
just
that?
want to finish.
Is the liquid out of energy?
I was answering his specific question.
Yeah, you did
Hey,
a great job, sir.
Dr. Phil, since you like stories, it's claimed to be an iron anvil will take 10 days to fall from the heavens to Earth. So why don't you do a quick calculation, then you get the height of the firmament for you, the height of the heavens.
I don't think Jedi was done. Go ahead, Jedi.
Up in the...
So in old and
Sorry,
ancient
up
texts,
in the atmosphere. Sorry, dude.
in old ancient texts, they claim that if you dropped an anvil from the heavens, it would take 10 days to fall to Earth. So that'll tell you how far they estimated how high the heaven was back then. That would be horseshit.
Jedi, go.
I'm just saying that's
the gas that's up in the atmosphere that's really...
If you
that's
read
great.
historical texts, that's what they claim.
Yeah,
and
we
then
heard
they
it.
claim,
We
then
got
they
you,
claim it would
Jedi.
take- Then they claim it would take
Okay,
another
Data.
10 days. It would take
Okay,
another
and
10
will
days
it
from
be
the
dropped?
surface of Earth to hell.
Thank
So
you,
there you
Data.
go.
Jedi, go ahead.
You know the gas that's really high up in the atmosphere that's thin in the gas pressure gradient. Which direction's that gas going when it's running out of energy? Is that just down and not bouncing off of any other molecule that it's in contact with and going in a direction that's away from the Earth and gaining more energy, Phil? You really haven't thought this through, have you? The
Yes,
gas
I
is
have.
moving in all
Very, very
directions.
much
It doesn't.
so,
No,
actually.
tight. Hold
Not
tight, my
only have I
friend.
thought.
Hold tight. Let
not
me finish.
only-
Let me finish, Phil. Please, Phil. Please. The gas up in the sky is moving in any and all directions. Gravity is just a vector downwards. So I don't care how high and I don't care how much the gas is moving in all directions. You're talking about not an increase of entropy into the vacuous space. You're talking about a decrease of entropy. You're talking about a force that we can't see because there's no phenomena of mass acting on gas. You're talking about this. ultimately the gas is moving around freely in all directions. Gravity is just a vector of down. I don't care which way you try to fumble this. You haven't got anywhere to go.
Have you finished now?
Yeah, go ahead, respond.
All you need to do is raise your
let him
threat,
respond.
and I move on.
Go ahead, respond, Phil. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the higher up you go, not only do the gas molecules run out of energy, because everything does, by the way, energy is not infinite. But they also have a much lower concentration, so there's a lot less of them, and certainly a lot less of them to bounce into each other.
They're falling through the gaps, are they?
And they have.
So
a
where's
lot
the
of
energy going,
space
man?
in between,
Ryan,
and they
hold
have a
on.
lot- Am I allowed to finish, please?
Yes, and no one interrupt him,
And
please.
therefore, there's a lot of space in between those gas particles. Okay. Now, eventually, gravity becomes the major force acting on them, not their energy that they had before. Therefore, they can't go any higher. And do we have any evidence for that? Yes, we do. Put a high altitude balloon up there, and you can actually measure the concentration of the gas. You can actually measure the temperature, and you can actually measure the pressure.
Right.
We're not
I get
making
you,
it
Phil.
up.
Where does the
all
energy
those
go? My
things
one
would
question is,
support
where
our
does the
model.
energy go?
Strength
If energy
or
cannot be
weight.
created or destroyed, where does the energy go?
Makes
You
no sense.
understand how that is an affirmative consequent formal logical fallacy, right? Everything that you just said. Right? If we have
it makes sense
gravity,
to me, Jedi.
Howard,
To me.
Jedi was still talking. Go ahead.
if we have gravity, then we have a gas pressure gradient. The gas will run out and come back with energy. Sorry, without energy, because we can circle, right, this area where we say there's a gas pressure gradient and eventually it comes to space. Because we can go up in a balloon and notice that there's a pressure gradient, less pressure up there, and because gravity runs out with distance away from mass, then gravity is the cause of the gas pressure gradient. I mean, which way do you want to put this P D and QQ for your LP? Right? You can't do that, Phil. It's not logical. You'd have to prove it in the first place, and you can't because you don't have an observed natural phenomena in the first place of mass attracting gas to it.
You don't know what you're talking about. You can actually do these measurements that I mentioned.
No, I'm not denying the measurement, Phil.
You can measure.
Phil.
You can measure the gravitational acceleration as well.
Not denying the measurement of gas pressure gradient, and I'm not denying the measurement of solid objects that you drop. I'm not talking about solid objects that you drop. I'm talking about gas that disperses in all directions. It's not equivocal.
What's the difference between a gas atom and any other atom?
Okay, so let's put it like this. If I've got a rock and I've got a container of gas in a vacuum chamber and I drop the rock and open the container, the rock will fall. The gas that was inside the container will freely disperse in all directions and press upwards inside the container. So it doesn't have a single vector of just down. Gas disperses in all directions. In fact, it's the thing. Hold tight, let me make this point, Phil, please. You'll find that gas is the thing that's pressing on the object of mass, the container. The object of mass isn't pulling the gas towards it. The gas is the thing that's got the energy and is going towards the container. Well, then could you show me that? Because what I see here on Earth is where the gas is, underneath the Earth in the mass that's supposed to be attracting the gas. I see the mass being released through the floor of the Earth, like methane at the bottom of a pool, for example, and then going upwards like every single bubble that's ever left the ocean floor. So the mass isn't containing the gas. In fact, the gas is trying to leave the mass. You imbecile.
I didn't call
correct.
you an imbecile, and probably I should.
You've called a lot of names tonight, Professor Phil, actually, so please let's not do the name calling and the feelings, okay? Thank you.
Okay, now...
You understand, Phil, you understand what I'm saying when we're talking about mining for gas, the gas that's in the mass of the Earth. We understand that gas is released from the Earth, bubbles at the bottom of the sea like methane that come out of it. So the mass of the Earth that the gas is in isn't attracting the gas to it because the gas is fucking off away from the mass.
The reason the gas moves is because it's got more energy than the amount of than the gravitational acceleration
whilst it's stuck in the Earth, in the mass of the Earth, the gravity of the Earth.
Energy, Of course, it's got more energy because it's got a
Whilst
higher
it's stuck in the
temperature.
earth.
Don't you understand why gas particles move? Do you know why they move?
Yeah, I do.
What's the
Why?
I do.
temperature?
And you know, you
Sorry,
let's
Jedi,
just
go
put
ahead.
it like this. I understand what entropy is. And for entropy to take place, I
You
don't need an
obviously
increase in
don't.
energy. Hold tight, let me finish. Because I can have a vase with a tap in the middle, on one side butane and the other side a vacuum. And it's not an increase of energy, right? I haven't heated it up. It's an increase of entropy. Because I just removed the tap. The gas was pressing on the container of the tap, but the tap's not there. And the gas fills the space. There's nowhere on earth that you can show me mass attracting gas, because I've just pointed out that gas is leaving the mass.
Yes, there is. I'm not sure how I can actually put this. Perhaps I'll try to put this in the chat for you. You'll see that you're wrong.
I'd also
What don't
like
you
to
understand
point out,
about there's
hold
no
on,
change in
Leaky.
energy, man?
Brian, hold on a second. I'd also like to point out that the area that you guys say this is all happening in is very hot, way hotter than the Earth's atmosphere, than on Earth, the surface of Earth. So the
No,
gas
it's not.
molecules, what's the temperature in the up there?
Rubbish.
What the thermosphere? What the thermosphere, according to your model, the thermosphere is exactly what he's talking about. Right
2,000
above the
degrees
gas,
or something?
it would work as accelerant. Yeah.
Your
So with an
understanding of the
accelerant,
thermosphere is
by gas.
completely wrong.
So we got
Well,
super hot
okay.
gas.
Let me give you an
Good shit,
analogy for
Jedi.
you, okay? You can put your oven on to maybe 200 or 300 degrees C, and you can actually put your hand in the oven, put a dish in the oven, and your hand won't burn.
Mm-hmm.
Try doing
That's
that
awesome.
to hot water that's just 100 degrees, and see if you don't get
That's
burnt.
brilliant. What's the coldest place on Earth and how fast are the winds? Coldest place on Earth, Antarctica, record winds 90 miles an hour. So the really cold gas is moving really, really fast. All right, so hot, cold, whatever. The gas is going to fill the space and observably isn't attracted to the mass that it's leaving.
But it is.
All right.
You can say that
Mass-
as much as you
no.
like. It is attracted to the
But
Earth.
that's just. But you'd
because
have
gas-
to demonstrate that to me. And at the moment, it's the gas that's got the energy
everything
that's
with
going towards the
mass-
mass. You can't show
everything
me
with
the mass, Bill, please. Yeah,
I'm sick and
including
tired
gas.
of you talking
Right.
over me, and then I can't say what you ask me a question.
Go ahead,
and then
Phil.
You just
Go
keep
ahead.
talking.
All right, go ahead, Phil.
Okay, great. So everything that has mass is affected by gravity. That's the fact. And
Including
gases
gas.
have mass. Every proton has mass.
Mhm.
It's affected by gravity. Get that.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you show me gas attracting gas? If mass attracts mass and gas is mass, show me gas that disperses outwards from each other and isn't bonded. Show me gas attracting gas, Phil. Is it the reason that to keep gas in the space, because gas doesn't attract gas and keep itself there, we have to physically contain it to stop the gas dispersing into another space? Phil, show me gas attracting gas.
Clearly, I do not need to have a space, any kind of container up in the atmosphere to hold the gas in, because as it is now,
Fundamentalist.
the
belief.
higher up you go, the less gas there is until there's practically none. And yet, no matter how high you go, there
He's
is
ignoring-
no container.
He's ignoring your
Phil, that
question.
gas expands. You
We
say
are
that it stops
already
because of energy?
contained.
I say that balloon expands and bursts. It expands. It doesn't run out of energy. Where's the energy go?
So as the gas particles move up, what few that there are bouncing into each other. It gets colder and
But
colder and
upwards of-
colder up there. Up the higher up you go. And as
No,
the
they
gas
say it gets
particles move
hotter.
further, they lose the amount of energy that they have. They stop moving as fast as they used to move. It gets colder and colder as they get up there, and eventually the gravity takes over.
Thank you. You just made my point for me. Now let me clarify. Hold on. Let me clarify. Okay, so just like in an air conditioner, when you release the gas, when you take pressurized gas and you expand it, it cools shit down, just like it's doing up there. Okay, just like it's doing up there. But if it's a vacuum up there, like Jedi just stated, there will be no change in energy, just entropy. There's got to be a container to stop the gradient, man. Use your head, dude.
I've explained it to you as well as I can. There are no other ways I can get this.
Can you show gas attracting mass? Yes or no?
Yes.
Gas attracting gas.
Show me gas. Yeah.
Yes,
Show
of
me
course.
gas attracting gas.
Can you do that, please? Go ahead and do that, please.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you
Don't
think?
don't tell us. Don't tell us. Show us.
Okay. I can't show you over the internet, but I can explain it to you.
No, we don't want that. Anybody else
Do you
want
know
that?
how do you think?
Does anyone else? I'm sorry, I spoke for
How do
everybody
you
else.
think the gas?
No, I want a demonstration. For once in bloody 5 years, can they give us a demo?
Into a liquid.
It'll be very simple. Show me in the physical, natural world, gas attracting gas.
Sure,
Anywhere.
no problems. I can show you how a gas turns into a liquid.
No.
What the
Talking
fuck?
about
Show me gas attracting gas. I can show you how gas turns into a liquid.
Not talking about.
Wouldn't it take energy? Wouldn't it take energy to get it to turn into a liquid?
I can
So
show you
anywhere
how
on
gas
Earth,
turns
you're
into
making
a
a claim
liquid.
to physical reality. So hold tight, my friend, please. I'm giving you the entire Earth. I'm giving you the entire physical reality because you're making a claim to it. So show me in physical reality, gas attracting gas.
Gas turning into a liquid.
No, gas attracting gas. So there's more gas.
Are the
in
particles
this
getting
space.
closer
The gas has
together or
gone
not?
right without the gases bumping into each other.
Does water
Phil,
have
without-
polar molecules or not?
Phil, listen to what I'm
Does
saying.
water have polar molecules or not?
Right.
Yes.
At the moment, the gas doesn't have
Does
intermolecular
water
bonds.
have polar molecules or not?
Yes, Phil.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Then
But we're
they
not talking
attract
about
each
water,
other.
we're talking about gas. My God, why are you getting so upset, Phil? I'm giving you the entire physical reality.
I've given you
Now you're
as
talking
much
about water,
information
not
as
gas.
I
I'm
intend to
asking you
give
to
you
show
now,
me.
okay?
But it's
All right,
not
so can
good
I ask
enough.
a question?
And you think
Okay.
it's a good enough answer.
Phil, so
Let's let
my
Jedi
question.
finish this back and forth, though. I don't know.
It is
Jedi,
for
do you want
anybody
help?
with
Because this is pretty good back
with an
and forth.
ounce of intelligence.
Well, he can't show me it. He's giving me water. He's not
Isn't
going
he
to show me
supposed to
gas
be a
attracting
teacher?
gas. And he thinks the answer's good enough. He thinks he's given me enough information. Yet the demonstration
Okay,
anywhere
Paige.
on Earth.
All right, shut up
happening.
and let me talk to Paige. Paige, do water molecules?
Well, honestly, Phil, if one of my teachers said that to me at school, I'd go, "What? You just think
I'm
that's
not
good
your
enough just to
teacher.
beg the question?"
I'm
And
not your teacher.
yeah, but you're somebody's teacher, aren't you? And
Yes,
thank
I know,
fuck
and
it's not any of my kids.
And my students are not belligerent.
We're getting diverted to a meta discussion now. Let's stay back on the topic.
Okay, now.
Yeah,
okay,
I got
now,
a.
do you understand that water molecules? Do you understand that water molecules are polar?
Yeah.
But you're not getting any more molecules,
Do you
Phil. You're not
understand that
showing
they're polar? But
more
Paige, do you
molecules being
understand that
attracted.
water molecules
You're
are
just
polar?
showing the phase change when they slow down. You're not actually showing an attraction of more molecules, are you? You're just showing a phase
Why do
change.
you think? Why do you think water that? Why do you think for a second there? Why do you think that water molecules, that's H2O, becomes a liquid?
Energy, not
That's not.
entropy.
They've gone through a phase change, Phil. But what he wants you to
why,
show him
Paige?
is, listen, Phil. 100 gas molecules. He wants you to show him 100 more gas molecules being attracted to those first 100. And all you are prepared to do is show him how that gas can go from gas, those 100 gas molecules can turn from gas to water. Well, that's not what we're asking.
But it answers your question, Paige.
How is it attracting more gas if it's not attracted any more gas and just gone through a phase change?
Going through a phase change is precisely what it's doing, Paige. It's precisely
Yeah, so not
answering your
attracting more gas. There's no more gas
Energy,
there.
Phil. He's avoiding the whole point. It takes energy to phase change.
This is not what's happening though when your gas is at the upper atmosphere and it suddenly decides to turn around though. Why are we even talking about this? This is not analogous. This
In the
doesn't.
upper
That's not what's
atmosphere,
happening.
your gas your gas is affected by gravity.
Then I
Is
could
it
say
turning
our
into
model,
water?
they get slower and turn into water. Yeah, and then there's your firmament. Like
No.
everything we see, I can say, yep,
It's
okay, well, it's colder. You're saying it's colder up there. You're saying they run out of energy, get slower. And when they run out of energy and get slower, they can go through a phase change. So bingo, thank you. There's my firmament model. Thank you very much, Phil.
I don't know why he's saying it's getting colder. His models clearly states that it's getting hotter.
It's not.
What's the temperature in the thermosphere? What's the temperature in the thermosphere,
only
Phil?
apply. Okay, so let me answer. Who is that other person over there? Let me answer that question about you. I've actually did a video on this. Probably the last, if not the last video I did, but certainly the one before it, where I explained to you that it's the individual particles that get hot, that have this temperature that we're talking about. It isn't
The gas
an area.
molecules that you're claiming are getting colder.
It's not to say, it's not
those
like
particles.
There's a space. Would you just stop for a minute? You
Yeah, my
might
bad.
learn something.
All right.
Okay. It's the same as if you put your hand in an oven that's already heated up for 200 degrees. If you put your hand in there and put your dish, you're going to feel warm, but you won't get burnt. Okay? But if you put your hand in water that's hot, you will get burnt. Do you understand why? Because there's more stuff around.
Okay, you said the particles up there.
There are very, very few gas particles around. Each individual gas particles.
All right, you said there's particles up there. That's what's hot up there, right?
Yes, it's the individual particles that are that hot.
The gas that you're claiming is getting colder and turning around. Those particles, right? You have a serious dilemma here, Phil. You have cognitive dissonance of the highest order right now.
Look,
you understand what your problem is?
It's not going to help you.
You understand what your problem is? You're claiming that the gas molecules are getting colder and colder, and then you're telling me at the same moment that there's gas molecules up there that are super hot.
Most of the gas molecules that are around the Earth only go up as far as round about 70, 80 kilometers. That's about it. Beyond that, there are very, very few particles. 100 kilometers is what we call the Kármán line. Beyond 100 kilometers, there are much, much, much less particles. That's where the thermosphere is, around there. There are very few particles around there where the thermosphere is.
Travis,
Makes
you had a
perfect sense,
question.
Phil.
If Jeremy, you're done with that line of questioning, Travis.
I've got to go now.
He's got cognitive dissonance. That's all I can say. He's claiming that the gas molecules are turning around because they're getting colder.
You've got stupidity,
However,
my friend.
Just go and have a relaxing day, Phil. Go and enjoy yourself. Go and walk the dog or something. Have some tea and sit down and just have a nice chat with the wife.
Much more important things to do than that. But
Okay,
yes,
well, you
thanks
go
for
do your
offer.
important. Just settle down, calm down.
I'm
I'd
very
like to say
calm.
one more
Thank
thing. The helium balloon is continually getting higher until it explodes. It doesn't hit a point and maintain. It's complete. It's
Why
gaining
doesn't it
altitude
hit
until
the
until it
firmament?
explodes.
Why doesn't it go up until it reaches the firmament?
Because it burst. Okay.
Why?
Because it's cold up there. Because the gas is trying to escape.
What the hell's that
Gas
got to do
law.
with it? Wasn't it cold
It's
before
gas
it got
law,
there?
Phil. The gas is trying to escape. It's trying to fill the space. Okay, you're trying to say that gas stops up there, or does it gradiate to infinity? Which is it? You can't have both. You got contradictory positions, and we pointed out 3 different ways, man.
Nothing's contradictory, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is. The fact
The
that you
model
haven't
works
shown
perfectly.
me gas attracting gas yet. No, it doesn't.
And what happens to the energy?
Yes,
You
it
say
does.
the energy's running
Jedi,
out.
you
What
can
happens
say that
to
as
it?
often as you like, but I'm afraid you're wrong. Gas does attract gas.
Show me it then.
That's how we get
Sorry,
liquids.
but you keep claiming it. No, and you're an educator, and this is why I'm disappointed. I'm asking you
should
to
be
show me
disappointed in your
gas
ignorance.
attracting
Yes.
gas not change. Phil, please. I'm literally trying to give you a chance, my friend. I'm asking you to show me gas attracting gas not change state. Now that's
It's the same thing.
dishonest, and I will lose my temper with you if you. No, it is
I
not.
don't care.
One is not gas attracting gas, so there's more gas there. You've changed state and turned it into a liquid. I want you to show me gas attracting gas, so there's more gas. You understand how this is dishonest with you, and why I'm losing my temper with you? Because you're
Should we
lying.
dye one gas blue and one red, and maybe you could see it merge? I mean, it's kind of a
Don't.
broken question.
Sorry, my friend. Sorry, Phil. I do have respect for you, but when you're being dishonest, you're trying my patience. I'm asking you to show me mass attracting gas, and you think that it changing state's good enough.
Yes.
It isn't, and you're
Yes,
an
it is.
educator. No, it
Yes, it
isn't.
is.
I'm asking you to show me gas attracting gas. So show me gas
I've told
attracting
you.
gas,
I've told you
not
why. Have a
changing
look
state. You apparent
Why-
educator. You're an
Why
educator.
Why do you think water is a liquid?
Why do I think water is a liquid? Why do I think rocks are rocks? And why are trees trees? Show me gas
Just answer the
attracting
question.
gas.
Just answer the
I
question.
just have, it's stupid, show me gas attracting gas.
Answer the
Educator.
question. Why do you
I
think
just
water
did.
is a
I
liquid?
mocked you. Listen to me. I mocked you. Why are trees
Why do you
trees?
think water is
Why
a
are bogies
liquid?
up my nose? Right.
Why is water a
Show
liquid?
me mass gas. Why
I
is wet
did.
water wet? Why is the sun
I
in the
told you.
sky?
Water.
Why
Why is
is
water a liquid?
gas not attracting gas?
Why
Phil?
does water? Why does
Why does gas disperse
condense
away
in the
from each
upper
other when it
atmosphere?
collides?
Phil, the
Why does
polar,
water
the
condense in
polarness
the
of water
atmosphere?
molecules, just because you say
why?
magnets attract, you're saying that means those gas molecules are attracting each other to turn into water.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
that's
he's
not,
making it sound like-
magnets don't even work like that. They're not attracting each other. They're accelerating towards the null pressure point. So you're not even showing gas attracting gas by phase changing it either.
Mic check. What's going on, everyone? Like if
We hear
you
you,
push
Matrix.
hydrogen and oxygen in to make water.
what's up, Matrix?
I want to be able to understand how is it analogous for somebody asking for gas and attracting gas, and he gives you water molecule, right?
Yeah,
Because he's saying the water
this is
molecules
a
are polar. They have a magnetic
What is the
attraction.
complication
Every
that-
water
What is the
He's saying
complication
they
that he doesn't
attract each
understand?
other.
What is it that we're asking for? And he
This
gives
is-
us some nonsense, and he thinks we're not going to catch on to him. It's like they don't
This is-
realize that we got the
The
trick.
request is nonsense.
This is a
Request.
fallacy QE told me once, but I forgot it. And
Makes
I'm very
perfect
disappointed
sense,
in
Phil.
myself.
Yeah, Phil, can you just
Yeah,
say,
makes
no, I
perfect
can't
sense,
show it to
Phil.
you. I can't demonstrate it for you, because that sounds like you're trying to divert away from saying that. If you can't show it or can't demonstrate it, I don't think there's anything wrong with you saying that.
Well,
You've never
actually, I'm
seen-
sitting in my
you-
office, and so and I haven't got any of that around me. And you are miles away, so how could I show it to you?
Well, you make videos all
Okay,
the time.
Phil,
The best
is there
I can
anything?
do,
Right.
the best I can do over this technology is explain it to you.
Give us a
No,
link.
no, wait. Is there other people doing it? Because if you're going to say that there should be some kind of experiment for this, right? And you have proof of this and all this stuff, he's asked you to show something. You say it exists, so show it. You can't just come in here and claim something and then not show the people what you're talking about, right? Because then you would just throw that out the window. I mean, I could tell you cars fly. Are you just going to believe me? So the point is, we're asking for a demonstration. If you don't have the demonstration or you've never seen one, then you need to just say, I can't provide that to you, period.
Hey,
Well,
Phil,
no,
And if
Stacey,
he's
I
asking
can.
you for
See,
gas,
I've told
why are you
you-
talking about water molecules?
Because
Phil,
I'm
would
giving you an
due formation
example
do
of
it?
how gases attract gases.
But
One
if you're talking about a water
molecule,
molecule, at that moment you're talking about something different than what you were asked. Do you understand that?
No, I'm actually explaining the very same thing that you did ask.
Phil,
Yes,
would due formation do it?
Is that special pleading is where he tries to make an assumption about something else to show that the first claim is false?
Phil, would due formation
No, I don't
be
think
an
that's
example
special
of what
pleading.
you're doing?
Yes, pretty much.
There you go.
Bob
Sounds
throws
like
him a
good
lifeline.
fashioned red. It sounds like good old fashioned red herring to me.
Yes. Okay. All right. There's
Phil,
no convincing.
Well, can I ask Phil
Anyway,
a question
we
real
had to go.
quick? Phil, would you mind if I asked you a question?
Yeah. Also, I don't have a question for Phil. I just have an observation to see what he thinks about it.
Travis
If
has
you-
been waiting. Crit.
Got it.
I cut him off earlier. Go ahead, Travis.
Okay, just real quick. So, Phil, let's say we have a container with gas in it that is not water, right? So you have gas in there, and they're all excited and they're moving around and bouncing off of every which way, right? But it's not water. What would have to happen in that container for those gas molecules to attract to each other and then form water?
Reduce the temperature.
So it's not just a mass attracting mass, then, is it?
Well, they have a lot of. You said that they were bouncing around, so therefore they.
Right, but when they're gas, they're not attracted to each other. Are they bouncing off each other when they're just in a gas in a gas state?
They bounce off each other. Yes, until there's much less energy.
Okay, so it's
Wait, they
not.
don't just
Okay,
bounce off
hold
each
on.
other, though.
Eventually, when
hold
you
on,
reduce
just real
the
quick,
energy
please.
enough,
Static energy.
eventually
The bonding energy.
Okay, hold on.
Eventually,
Hold
when
on.
you
So-
when you reduce the energy enough, they will become a liquid.
So that's the cause, not they aren't attracting each other. There's another cause.
You wouldn't be able to measure the gravitational attraction between two particles.
Why
like
would you
that.
assume? Why would you assume there's any at all when there's gas and there's no attraction because they're bouncing off of each other, right? They're not attracted to each other. They're bouncing off of each other. Something else happens that causes them to bond.
There's lots and lots of other opportunities to see that gas particles are affected by gravity. But not only that, the fundamental principle is that everything with mass is affected by gravity.
But I don't understand if the
Sorry,
gas
what's
particles
mass?
are bouncing, if they're bouncing,
Sorry.
how are they attracted to the thing? Because when something bounces off something else, it doesn't mean there's an attraction, right? You kind of
So
describing
the
the opposite
bouncing-
of an attraction.
So the bouncing around is caused by energy, and if you reduce that energy, then the particles will get closer together.
Right, but now
There'll be less
you've
bouncing.
manipulated the
There's less
cause
energy.
of your
created a
effect.
different cause, right? That's what I'm trying to point you to. The fact that
If you
it's
cool
not.
it down, you'll find that it'll turn into a liquid.
That's the cause, not they're attracting each other.
That's what's happening.
Energy.
When you
I
drop
understand.
something, it
Right.
falls.
I think that I've established at least reasonable doubt. Thank you, Phil.
I don't think so.
I think that was a pretty good
You've
line of
done nothing
questioning
of the sort.
myself. Let me read a couple super chats because I'm way behind. B-ball for life. It was funny how Brian debunked himself with the helium balloon in the vacuum chamber during his presentation. He's referring to your video in response to Bob Nodell the other night, Brian.
Yeah, he's looking at the balloon going down, but not the gas expanding each direction in the balloon. So he's not very smart.
I think that point escaped B-ball. Yeah. Thanks, B-ball. Appreciate it. Gordzilla 37. Great show tonight, Brandon and crew. Phil, please just go home. You get destroyed everywhere you appear. He's pleading to your self-respect there, Phil.
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. C4, $5. Really, flat earthers? This is a flat earth channel where we all get to interact. It's ridiculous that there's only 30 likes with 125 people watching. Thank you very much, C4, for looking out for the channel. Yeah, please hit the
Agreed.
like button if you're enjoying what you're listening to, or if it's pissing you off. Either way, you're getting some entertainment out of it, so hit the like button for me, will you?
I hate everything.
I appreciate Professor Phil being around. I appreciate Brandon. I appreciate Travis. I appreciate everybody being here.
Hey,
I
Brandon,
second that.
before
I
you
second
go,
that, Howard. Thank you.
Can I ask Professor Phil a question when you're all done there for the record?
Crit had a
I'm
question.
actually done, so yeah, go for it.
Hey, Phil, are you there? Phil.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm putting this down for the record. I'm writing a book. It's going to be published, and I've got everybody, trying to get everybody to answer this. Are you willing to be taken down on record for this question I'm about to ask you?
Well, just ask your question and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. What causes the apparent junction of the sky and ground?
Are you talking about the horizon?
That would be the definition of a horizon, the apparent junction of the sky and ground. What causes that?
Well, obviously the sphericity of the Earth. You can take that to the bank.
Wrong. It's your eyes.
So hold on, stop. So the apparent junction is caused by physical Earth curve.
So where you see the horizon depends on the conditions. However, you are seeing the horizon.
So the horizon depends on the weather conditions, but you are seeing the horizon. Did you want to clarify that?
Yes. So the fact that it's further away because of the conditions, because the temperature gradient, for instance, because of that, you can see further away, but you're still seeing the horizon.
So it's not Earth curve.
Just
it's the
seeing it further
temperature
away.
difference
That's all.
That causes. So it's not Earth curve. It's the temperature difference that gets you to see farther away.
No, it's the Earth curve that causes the horizon. If there was no Earth curve, there would be no abrupt horizon.
Okay.
When
so
you
the
can,
Earth,
make it
hold
very
on.
clear what is a horizon when you can.
Hold on, Matrix.
So just to
The
clarify,
horizon is as far as you can see
horizon,
because you're on a sphere.
Okay, so it's not caused by the atmospheric condition. It's caused by a sphere then.
No, where you can see it is caused by the atmosphere, but not the actual horizon. That's caused by the sphericity of the Earth.
Okay, so where you see it is not actually the horizon. It's the weather you see.
No, you're seeing the horizon. You can actually get a friend to take a boat out there and sample the water.
Phil, you better go back. You're double speaking, bro. What am I seeing? Am I seeing the actual physical horizon, or am I seeing weather?
You're seeing the actual physical horizon.
Okay.
But when you go there, is there actual curvature there, Mr. Phil?
Wait,
the horizon is further away.
Wait,
Data, just let me know when you're done, Data.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to clarify, because in the same sentence you say that the horizon is not actually the Earth curve, it's caused by the weather, and then you say that it's actually Earth curve.
I didn't say that.
Yes,
I didn't say that.
Okay, would you like to clarify
I didn't say that.
Okay, would you like to clarify? So for 100% certain, it has nothing to do with the weather, it's physical Earth curve is what's causing the horizon.
Okay, the horizon is only got to do with the Earth curve, but where you see the horizon has got to do with the weather.
Oh, okay, so it's not the actual Earth curve you see then, it's the weather you see.
I didn't say that either. Why do you keep twisting the words?
Because you're double speaking, that's why.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, Phil. You're in every.
All right, so
you're implying that the weather moves the physical Earth.
How could it be physical and not physical?
I'm just saying that it's the same as if you can see the horizon a certain distance away, and then you climb the hill and you can see it further away. Does that mean that the Earth is moving?
No, now you've changed. What is it that you're seeing
in the first place?
Hold on, guys. Guys,
horizon,
hold on a second. Is data done?
I think I clearly demonstrated. I think I clearly demonstrated in front of everybody Phil's doublespeak. So I'm done.
Adam, you got it.
No, you didn't.
Phil,
I would like to be in line.
What is the horizon? What is the horizon, Phil?
The horizon is called,
as far as you can see on a sphere.
Okay, you do realize, right, that you want to say that you're seeing the horizon because of physical curvature, because the land is physically curving, right? But when you happen to walk to the horizon, no curve to be found. Not even in the horizon, not even going to the horizon. No curve to be found, right? So you don't think that maybe what causes the horizon is simply your vision, because the horizon doesn't actually touch the ground ever, right? You're only seeing it that way because that's how you perceive it. It doesn't actually touch. Now, does it? Does the sky actually touch the ground?
Well, yes.
Oh, can you show me?
There you go. Thank
be
you,
the
Phil.
gas on the floor.
You're done.
Isn't there any air above it?
Yeah, when you ask these questions,
How far does the sky start?
You should ask what is causing the clouds to appear to touch the ground, Data.
I just start there because the reason why I start with that one question, because it's the actual definition of horizon, which is an apparent junction, which
I know,
is
you
not
dumb.
it's not a physical location, right? So the whole point of that question is very simple, and I can easily get double speak, all kinds of misdirection, red herring, straw man responses.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm here for. To catch that. So
I'm done with it, Travis. You can have him.
Could I answer it? Could I answer
Dude,
that?
I could point out to Phil his fallaciousness if y'all want.
Left lane, go. Go ahead, left lane.
Sorry. Yeah, left
Yeah.
lane, sorry, man.
Yeah, it's like what Professor Phil said. It's the horizon's caused by Earth, the geometry of Earth, and the way you see it, it presents to you through refraction, and that's all there is to it. It's not
Exactly.
doublespeak.
Exactly.
Phil,
So
Phil, my
it's refraction. Hold on. So it's
Then you see
refraction
the
that
Earth coming
causes
at 10 miles.
It's refraction that causes it, then, boys, not Earth curve, right?
No.
Nope.
It's refraction doesn't cause the horizon.
Let's find out.
It
Hold
just
on.
it.
You guys
it
being
just-
intentionally
it's just where
fucking
it
stupid?
presents it
Seriously?
to you.
Yeah, you
Professor
missed
Phil,
it.
Wow,
my
you just
question.
interrupted your own guy to call us stupid. I guess you didn't like what Phil was saying, or what,
No,
Ruhif?
it's flat Earth data. Flat Earth data.
Exactly.
You're being
Oh, but you had to
intentionally
interrupt
fucking
Phil
stupid.
in order to call us stupid? Is that what you needed to
Oh,
do right then?
Deep apologies, Brandon. Deep apologies.
I bet.
Sorry,
Yeah, just
Phil.
shit on
Hey,
all us.
Ru-
I mean,
Ruhif.
no need
You're
to show
being
any respect to any
intentionally
of the other
fucking
panel
stupid.
members, Ruhif. It's more important that you call us stupid.
Yeah, well, you
So,
guys
Ruhif,
are.
for the
Yeah,
You're being
continue. Let's
intentionally
hear this
fucking
amazing
stupid.
point that you had, that you needed to call us stupid and interrupt.
Yeah, just to clarify, Ruhif, for the record, please, I'm writing you down here. What is the answer since Phil has double spoke? What would you like
You've
to say
been
in
told
response?
the answer about 1,000 fucking times.
Okay, you're triggered about it. Tell me why you're so triggered.
Because you're being
Because you're
intentionally
twisting
fucking stupid.
Okay, well, please
No, he's
clarify.
not. It's a fallacious answer.
I want to write down why I'm being stupid.
Yeah, everyone's told you the horizon is caused by Earth curvature. Where you see it depends on the atmospheric conditions. And then you go, oh, the fucking atmosphere causes it then. No, you're a
Okay,
fucking
so you
idiot.
just double spoke there as well. So the Earth, say it again.
No, he
You
didn't.
just double spoke.
No,
You
he
just
did.
double spoke again, Rufus. Yes, you did.
No, he did.
No,
He just
didn't.
wrote. He just double
Jesus.
spoke. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
don't see the actual geometric horizon. We see it for refraction. Then.
When you say geometric, do you mean unrefracted?
So your ball.
No, it's a
claims that the
question.
ground-
When you say
it claims your-
geometric, do you mean unrefracted?
No, what I'm saying. Do you see the
No, you
apparent
don't.
junction?
Okay, so
And
then
what
you
is
see, You do see the geometric horizon because it's
Oh, you
caused by
do?
Earth curvature.
How do
So
you
it's caused
determine
by-
the
If you mean
geometry of
geometric-
something when it's
So,
refracted?
Ruhif, it's caused by Earth curvature. Great. So the apparent junction of the sky and ground is caused by a physical ball. Is that what you're saying?
The horizon is the last piece of land that you see, or water.
Okay. So hold on. I just want to make sure that for the record, this is going in a book. So you want to stand that the horizon is caused by a physical geometrical ball.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Where does perspective fit into your equation or understanding of an apparent junction?
It does.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking Ruhif. But thanks, left hand. You're
Where
noted.
does perspective fit in?
You're noted down as it doesn't. So perspective. Do you know earlier astronomers, Ruhif, how they calculated the diameter and the distance to that diameter? Do you know what little trick they used to use?
What's the little trick they used to use?
It's called perspective point measurement. Do you want to know how you can quickly do it?
Not
Anybody?
particularly, no, because you're just going to
Okay.
talk shit.
So listen. It's by a doctor, okay, and it's called
Oh, that means it's
perspective
right.
point. It's called a perspective point. In other words, an object will disappear into your perspective point. Are you familiar with it?
I am aware. Yes, I know how
Yeah, you are.
perspective works. It's not a
Awesome.
trick.
So
Not a trick.
hold on. Does this perspective involve an apparent junction?
An apparent junction.
Yeah.
Are you saying, like, does the sky appear to meet the ground or
No.
something?
Does perspective cause an apparent junction?
And I said, do you mean in the sense that the sky appears to meet the ground?
Okay, so guess. I'm just giving you a real simple. If
Yeah,
we
I'm
have
trying to
two little,
clarify.
if we
I'm trying to
listen,
clarify.
we have two little circles, and we move away. Those two little circles move away from the observer. Will those circles appear to converge into a vanishing point or a perspective
Yes.
point? They would.
will.
Awesome. So if you're looking at the horizon, Ruhef, please tell me how you determine its perspective versus Earth curve. What mechanism or what math or what strategy you've done to
it's
determine the
not-
difference?
I don't even know what you mean by it's not perspective. You see in perspective.
I'm sorry?
You see it.
So the apparent
When do you
junction.
not see in perspective?
Ruhif, the apparent junction is just an apparent effect, correct?
The horizon is the last piece of water or land that you see.
You're struggling. It's okay. The apparent junction is an optical effect, right, Ruhif?
Everything you see is an optical effect, dickhead.
Awesome. So again, answer the question: is the apparent junction a perspective effect?
You're just trying to get a fucking soundbite, you fuckwit.
Okay, you got no answer. So I'll put you down.
Literally
I'll put you
everything
down.
You see is an optical
I'll
effect.
put you down. I'll put you down
fucking
as a person
nonsensical.
that I'll put you down as a person
I
that
have a
claims
question.
it's physical Earth
So
Earth curve. Okay.
With that understanding, Ruhif, how is it that you guys could try to get away with the actual land is curving, while at the same time nobody being able to measure curvature?
No one's been able to measure curvature. You fucking retarded?
Dude, please just point to some curvature, bro.
Yeah,
I did it personally this week.
I will always post the photo.
Yeah, you were driving.
What? I'm driving.
Hey,
There
hey
we go.
guys.
How
I
did
have a
they do
question.
that this weekend?
Say again?
No, it was Dr. Bob.
How did they physically measure that curvature you talked about this past weekend? How did you measure that again, hon?
Because there's 13 meters of a boat missing. Also, I could bring up the photo of 2,500 meters of a mountain missing.
Oh my God!
Hey
You
guys,
just
Stop
said
with the
perspective.
Canada.
I think
will
you guys
mess
are
with
doing
that.
a
So
really
what
good
the heck
job
are
on
you
this
talking about?
back and forth, but I do, before the end of the show, because we have like 20 minutes left before we do final thoughts, want to, since we have both Ruhif and Dr. Phil, or Professor Phil, I keep saying Dr. Phil, sorry, Phil.
You only got me for 6 minutes, by the way.
Oh, good. Well, then we'll start off with you. Have you seen this video where the astronaut is on the ISS and it appears that he drops a screw and it falls to the ground?
I've seen it,
Yeah.
and I messaged in the chat saying, "What's the point of these videos when the it seems like a distraction from the actual fact that the ISS exists? We can measure its speed, we can measure its height."
No, it's not a distraction actually, because if they're putting out videos where there is gravity, or there appears to be gravity in the ISS, and we can hear things fall, and we can see that he's looking down because it fell and looking around for it, and then it's not there anymore, that tells us something about what we're looking at, doesn't it?
Right,
And the edit cuts.
And the edit.
We gotta make
a
we gotta make a timeline up of this event chain of events. But go ahead.
Are you able to watch this,
he's
Ruhif,
holding-
or did you say you're driving?
I've seen it before.
Oh, you've seen it before. Well, I'm going to
actually
play it one more
parked. I'm
time.
waiting.
Phil, have you seen this? Are you there, Phil? Anymore? Did we already talk
Phil
to Phil
said
about
he needs
this?
to watch it. Phil said he needs to watch it, and then he'll make a
that's
report
right.
on it or something.
That's right. And Ruhif's driving, so I guess he
I'm
escapes
parked.
as
I'm all right.
well. What's that?
I've seen it anyway.
Okay,
Like when,
so what's
after
going
the-
on here? Where are we mistaken? Because it seems to me that we watch, what's his name here, on this supposed live feed, walk up to the panel, twist the, what is it called? The little pulley thing. And the
little
O-ring
pin,
falls
whatever it is.
off. And we hear it hit and bounce around. We clearly do hear that sound. And then
I don't believe whether you
and then
clearly hear it.
then he looks down and looks around exactly as if he's looking for something that just fell. We see his body react to something
Right, but
falling.
do you-
And then it isn't there anymore. And then when he puts the panel
Right,
back,
do you
it's
see it
miraculously
full?
back there. So can you tell me what exactly
after
is
the
happening?
edit. After the edit
So
cuts.
hang on.
there.
I want to get the. Let's say he drops it and it falls due to gravity, right? And then 10 seconds later, he's holding the actual board and it's clearly floating. All right. So, what are the possibilities of this fraud? Like, is it CGI? Did they magically have the board on strings that can't be seen? Like, what are the possibilities that exist for
We
these?
ain't worried about all that.
Yeah,
we ain't
yeah.
worried about all that. Why did the
Yeah,
bolt
but
fall?
that's what I'm saying.
I asked you a question.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I asked you a
supports
question.
what we want.
Ruhif.
We don't have to figure
and
out how
Peyton,
they
so you're not
faked
going to
it.
come
We
in
don't
here
have
and
to
blow
figure
this
that
up.
out.
That's
Hold
my
on,
point
guys.
as well,
Hold
Paige.
on.
I don't care.
Ruhif, shut the fuck up. I asked you
Oh,
a
fuck you,
question.
Brandon.
Can you please answer my question, Ruhif?
What was your question, Brandon?
I have to repeat the whole thing. You know what I'm asking about. Why do we see this
Do I
happen?
think it's
Why
faked?
is this?
No.
Why is this O-ring falling? And why does it magically appear at the end?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't studied the video. I've seen like the video this morning.
Then why
I
the fuck
can't
are
see
you
it
making
fall
up
on my
excuses
phone.
already and asking me dumb fuck
No,
questions
my
about it?
My point is, what does it matter if it's faked? I don't care if it's faked.
You
I don't think it
care
is,
if
but I
NASA
don't
is
care.
faking video that they say is a live
No,
feed and
I
broadcasting
don't,
it to our
because
children
the
and the world. Why
ISS
don't
is
you
up
care?
there.
Can you explain to me why you wouldn't care if NASA was faking this?
I can, yes, because the ISS is up there. You can see it. You can measure the height. You can measure the speed. That's why I don't care.
Or maybe what's up there
See, my
isn't
wife's not
exactly
cheating
what
on
they
me. I
tell
got
us it
married.
is,
I've
and
got
what they're doing
photos
up
of the
there
wedding.
isn't
She's
what
not
they
cheating
tell
on
us
me. I
that they're
haven't seen
doing.
it.
Paige, hold on. Right, Ruhif? I mean, if they're faking
Oh, you
footage,
both talked over.
why would they do that? And because
Yeah,
it's
I
up there,
don't think
if it's
they
up
are.
there and it's going around and we can see it and track it and it is what it is, why would they fake footage?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think they are, but I don't care because it's up there.
But if it's up there, okay, hold on. If they're faking footage, that kind of goes against what you're saying. Obviously, there's something up there, right? That's
Yes,
all you
excellent.
care about
How
is that
fast
there's
is it going,
something up
Brandon?
there floating in the sky. You don't care that they're lying about what's up there, multiple governments?
No, again, don't get me wrong. I don't think they're lying about the footage at all. I just don't care because I know it's up there. That leads me to think that the footage is real, but I don't care if it is or is not.
Wow. Okay. I guess you really don't care, huh? I didn't expect that to
Yeah, 'cause
answer.
it's up there.
So you're not gonna say no, it's
I
not
think the
fake. You're
whole-
essentially just saying, even if it is fake,
No, I don't think it's
give
fake.
a fuck.
No, it would.
I didn't expect that. I don't know if anybody else
Discussion.
expected an answer
Yeah,
like
I would
that,
think
but-
that you would have to fall down and on one side and just say it's absolutely not faked. If you give yourself an out by saying
I will
it
tell
could
you,
be faked,
I will tell you, it's not fake, right? It's not fake, but I don't care for this discussion of is it fake or is it not. It doesn't matter because it's up there.
You just told me that you didn't know if it's faked or not. Now you're saying it's not fake.
Yeah, I don't, but I'm telling you that it's not fake, right?
So how do you
I
know
don't
it's
care
not
for the
fake?
discussion
How
following
do you know
that.
it's not fake?
I don't care for the discussion following that. I don't care for that discussion because I know it's up there, and that's more important.
Yeah, you wouldn't
if
want to.
what
You
they're
wouldn't want
showing
to
is true or
investigate
not.
or
You don't want to actually
interrogate
check.
some
Because
evidence
all
of
the ones
NASA
that I've seen
fakery.
before,
That would be a little too much, right?
all the ones I've seen before have been bullshit. Like the guy that grabs the like the belt buckle loop thing with
Clearly
his
grabs
little
a
finger.
wire on the guy. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he grabs the
He
belt
does.
buckle
No, he
with his
doesn't.
little finger.
Clearly grabs the wire.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly is grabbing
that's
a wire.
That's why I don't care for this discussion, right?
Yeah, because you can
It's
delude
bullshit.
yourself into explaining
Yeah,
away
but you
what
can't
you see.
deny.
That's what you can do.
You can't deny.
It's so
you can't
easy
deny that
just
the
to
ISS
make
is
up
up there.
plausible excuses and act like you don't see what you do and tell me I didn't see what I see and tell me I didn't hear what I hear and tell me everything's fine and Santa Claus is real and the Easter Bunny's going to bring you lots of chocolate.
I got 30 seconds. Number one, do you deny that the ISS is up there?
I don't deny that there's something up there that you are able to track.
Okay.
What it
Do you-
is and what
do
the
you
purpose
deny
of it
its
is,
speed?
you don't know and I don't know.
Do you deny its speed?
I can't tell you how far away it is, how big it is.
Okay, well,
So,
go and
no,
fucking
I didn't.
measure it.
Speed is
Fucking
indeterminate.
measure it, Brandon.
No,
Jesus.
you'll have to
All right, I
know
gotta
two
go.
of the three variables, you asshole.
You have two observers and you triangulate
You have
it.
to know
Done.
two of
All right,
the
I gotta
three
go.
variables, or you're making assumptions.
Can I ask Ruhif a
You
question?
can't
Ruhif, you
triangulate a moving object.
Ruhif, you just said that you can time the ISS and measure the ISS and the speed. Do you want to walk me through how you did it?
We will wait.
it looked like he dropped. I don't see him now.
Well, he did say he had 6 minutes, and he let me lambast him for a few, so I appreciate that.
Can I point out that no one has ever demonstrated so far as I know, in this chat on this channel ever a way to triangulate a moving object.
Red's Rhetoric and Astronomy Live did it.
Red's retarded doesn't count.
Technically, the only way you
Bob,
can do
the
it
what?
the only way that I've been able to do it is using a camera, set up 60 frames or 24 frames or 30 frames, and have 2 points, approximate measured distance between those 2 points to calculate the velocity between those 2 points. That's the only way that I can measure objects in the sky. But then again, you are estimating the 2 points it's traveling between.
Very
you
good
can't actually
discussion, but
triangulate
hold
a
on.
moving
That's who the
object,
other
for
person
sure.
was that I wanted to talk to. Bob, are you following this conversation about this O-ring that's falling in what's supposed to be 0G?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Well, we've got the ISS, and you have a video you think says something about it. Quite frankly, that's not the test I use to determine whether the ISS is there.
No, we're not
I
talking
don't
about whether
depend
the
on
ISS
some
is
video.
there. I'm asking you why something appears to be falling in what I'm told is zero-G environment.
Well, if it's a zero-G environment, it's not falling then, is it?
Wow, that's some kind of funny logic there. I like that.
Well, I tend to follow the rules of school. I really don't
missions
care.
pulling up to the
It's not the test. It's not the test I would use to check for it. So, quite frankly, you know, it's like saying, well, the bulkheads are painted yellow, therefore ISS fake. I don't really.
Who's got the keyboard?
No,
Hold
this
on,
is
Bob.
more like
Hold on.
hold on. This is more like I find a Santa Claus outfit in my dad's drawer, and I go ask him about it, and he says, "Well, everybody knows Santa Claus is real, so don't worry about that outfit." I'm not Santa Claus.
Paid NASA show, mute your mic. We can hear your keyboard clicking, please.
That's between you and your dad.
It's not me. It's not me.
Sorry.
Bob,
Sorry.
you don't care about evidence that of
I'll
NASA
mute anyway,
fakery
it's not
or
me.
what?
I don't consider it evidence.
Well, then you need to be able to explain it, don't you?
The evidence is the rockets carbon and going down at about 10 miles high. But has anybody ever filmed one of them supply capsules pulling up to the ISS?
Guys, let Brandon finish this.
You need to be able to explain it, right? You need to explain why we see something fall clearly on video. I mean, we might not see the actual object fall, but we see it and hear it.
Okay.
We see him react exactly as something falls, as if something falls. We see him look around, and then magically there's a cut in the video when he's putting the panel back on, and it's there again.
Yeah, link to this, Brandon, please.
Can
we
go ahead and do it?
Well, take a look at this video, Bob, because I think you should be interested and inquisitive about something that would point
But
to
I'm not.
evidence of NASA fakery.
But I'm not.
Why?
So
Why aren't you interested in
because that's
NASA
not,
fakery?
That's not the test that I would use to look for it. So quite frankly, I really don't care whether you think they faked it or not.
Do you care if the government
It
is
doesn't
lying to
require
you
your
or
approval.
pulling psychological operations on its own people? Do you care about that?
Take that to the Q channel. You know,
No, that's not
for
Q
me.
channel. You have heard of the brainwashing stuff that they did. What was it? MK Ultra, the testing, the different psychological operations that they've pulled within the United States. I mean, that's just fact. It's on Wikipedia. It was talked about in front of Congress. I'm not making that up. Do you not care about that kind of stuff? You're not interested in what your government's doing or the lies that they're telling you?
Why don't you go ahead and put that in the appropriate channel? This is the Flat Earth channel.
Do you think the government lies to us, Bob?
Irrelevant.
Completely
Is there
irrelevant.
any conspiracy or any government lie that you can tell me that you're aware of?
Irrelevant. I'm not going to deal with it.
You won't
Brandon.
answer yes
Take
or no?
that
It's a
somewhere
very
else.
simple question. I'm just trying to gauge your understanding of
won't.
what the government is up to.
Well, you don't get to gauge my understanding. You can put me down as somebody that is not going that way.
Hey, Bob, the science guy, can I put you on record too as well today? Would you mind being put on record?
Brandon, are you done?
Wow, he's really scientific.
Yeah, I think I made my point. Go
For
ahead,
someone
Data.
who calls himself a science guy.
Go ahead.
I want a link.
Go ahead, Data.
Someone got a link to this thing?
Go ahead,
Data,
Data.
do you want to go
Bob,
ahead and
Bob
answer
the
that
science
question?
guy. Bob the science guy. Would you be mind if be putting down on record today for one question I have for you?
This is on the
One
books.
question. You get one question. Sure.
So yeah, it's one question. So basically, I'm compiling a list of everybody involved here. I've already got lots of data already regarding you guys. I just want to clarify. To you, what causes the apparent junction of the sky and ground, Bob the science guy?
Did you hear Professor Phil's answer?
I'm looking for your answer. Phil's already
answer's
jotted
the
down for
same.
his answer. Oh, so it's double speak?
Mine's the same.
So it's double speak. Okay. Just to clarify
I have
in
a
your own
follow-up
words.
question then, since we're back to
It's
that.
fine.
Oh, hold on. Just to clarify, in your own words, Bob, what do you think causes the apparent junction of the sky and ground?
The correct term is horizon. Use that.
Oh, the definition is the apparent junction of the sky and ground
No,
in the.
use the correct term. Horizon.
So, Bob, the science guy, for the record, the horizon definition is the apparent junction of the sky and ground. That's exactly what the horizon definition is.
Yeah, it's the horizon.
It's an apparent.
He's asking
junction.
you what's causing it, not what
That's
it
right.
is.
That's the junction of the junction of the Earth and sky is as far as you can see on a spherical Earth.
Just to clarify, it's the maximum limitation on a spherical Earth, is what you're saying.
Yes, you're looking at the physical horizon on the spherical Earth. Yes.
Okay, so it's not Dr. Phil's response then. It's something
No, it's
different.
exactly Dr. Phil's response.
No, he said he said that you didn't actually see the geometric horizon. You saw the
Yes,
apparent
he did.
one, which is
He
refracted.
clearly said. No, he said you saw the geometric horizon.
Okay.
Where you saw it.
So
was
just
due
to
refraction.
clarify, Bob the science guy, the maximum.
I'm done clarifying. I've answered.
I have a
I've
question
answered it
for
very
Bob.
clearly. So we're
Okay,
done
so
with
it's
you,
basically
Data.
what you're saying is that it's your maximum limitation on a sphere Earth. That's what you're saying, right? Bob the science guy. Do you live on a cylinder or a little small cylinder? The apparent junction is only 3 miles away for a 6-foot observer. Bob the science guy.
Somebody else had a question.
Yeah, so there you go. Right.
Yeah, I do. Okay, thanks. So here's my question.
Who is this?
This is the plain truth, Bob.
Fuck off. You don't get to talk
So-
to me.
Oh, I get to. Truly, I do, because you're here, and it's such a privilege. Oh, he muted it. Like he went on. He deafened himself.
He went on
deafened himself.
deafen.
Okay, Paige Shill,
Oh
can I
my
ask you? Can I ask you, Paige?
Oh, you triggered that guy big time, man.
Data.
What you asked me today?
Hold
you
on.
see me again? Hold on,
Hold
I'm
on.
watching this video from Brandon.
No.
Travis,
I have a
Every time
question.
Bob speaks, you should talk, man.
He's
Every
watching
time,
that
bro.
video. Let me read this. Let me just make an announcement, and we'll let him think for a second, Travis, and then we'll come right back to him. Tony V, shout out to Tony V, new channel member, joined as a whale. Thank you very much, Tony. Appreciate it, man. Cleary, the horizon is optical. It's geometrical. It's hold on. The horizon is optical. It's geometrical. It can be physical, and it's always horizontal.
Ooh,
Those
shout
four
out to
words
Cleary.
together. Optical,
Shout out to
geometrical,
Cleary.
physical, and horizontal. Yeah, okay. All right.
Cleary's
cool.
the king.
Thanks, Cleary. Appreciate that. $5. All right. I'm good. Paid NASA show you you want to field his question?
So just to clarify with Cleary's response, it's nothing to do with physical Earth curve then.
I'm pretty sure Cleary doesn't
he
think it's
he
physical Earth
disqualified
curve.
that by using the term horizontal.
Yeah.
Oh, Professor Phil's back.
I know that. I'm just saying that. That was
Professor
just
Phil, can I
reinforcing his
ask you
point.
my question?
What question is that?
It's a correlative question to what Data asked you about the horizon.
Well, you can ask.
Okay, thanks. Here we go. If you see the horizon one day from a location with a mirage, and then the next day from the same location, but there's no mirage, is that apparent horizon you see on both days the same distance on both days?
The distance that you see the horizon will depend on the conditions of the day.
So that's a no.
Probably. Well, I don't know. You haven't
don't.
actually given me enough data to work with.
I
but
think I did. Let me read it again.
Just based on the fact that you're saying that the horizon is a different distance away. Well, that would tell me that.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me clarify then. So the unifying variable is the horizon. Both days you look out and you see the horizon. Okay?
Yeah.
On day one, is it a physical distance from you?
Well, it's always a physical distance from.
So that's a yes. Okay. So then
what happened?
What do you mean?
We're good. What's wrong?
Oh, it sounded like Travis cut off mid-sentence.
Okay. So when you see it the next day, is it the same distance?
Depends on the conditions. If the conditions are the same, yes. If the conditions are different, no.
So how are you able to see farther over a curve one day and not the other?
The refractive conditions change.
Okay, so again, when it sounds to me like when there is an inferior mirage, you're allowing for looming to happen.
Looming does allow you to see the horizon further away.
But looming does not have a mirage image.
You're talking nonsense. Just
No, I'm
looming
not.
allows you to
I'm
see the
talking
horizon
straight
further away.
Andrew Thomas Young. I can show you the
what
citation.
do you actually want to ask? What question do you actually want to ask?
I'm just
asked
again trying to substantiate the fact that the only reason we see different distances is 100% optical every single time.
Well,
Thank you.
just by the very nature that you even said the word C, S-E-E-E, we are talking about optical. I mean, I don't know any other way to see. I'm not a bat, so I don't have any other.
Okay,
I have.
Okay, that's fine. Let me rephrase my statement then. Every time we see the horizon, it is 100% due to the conditions of the medium, which is refraction, with or without a mirage.
Yeah. And every time you see the horizon, you're actually seeing the geometric horizon. You're just seeing it different.
That is absolutely not what Rumpus would say.
That is absurd. Yeah, that's not what anyone would say. No, we never see the geometric horizon.
Whatever that.
You always
I
see the
don't care
geometric
what
horizon.
other people say. It's what I say.
Okay, well, so just
you
real
always
quick.
see the geometric horizon. You see the geometric horizon refracted into the
Travis
apparent
finish.
horizon.
Let
It's a
Travis
necessary
finish.
antecedent.
Let
A
Travis
necessary
finish.
antecedent.
Yeah.
Let
So,
Travis finish.
Professor Phil, just for my satisfaction, if you wouldn't mind, do you have any citations? You don't have to give it now, but if you would follow up, I would appreciate it. I would rather not have your opinion, but if you could have anything substantiated that whenever you see the horizon, it is always the geometrical horizon.
If you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't be asking me.
No,
any
I
questions.
want to understand the substance behind your opinion.
No, you don't. You just have an opinion that has no fact, and you want him to. You don't want his opinion. You want science.
Paid. Stop.
Uh-oh. Click.
So again, Professor Phil, I'm trying to be as amicable as possible. I don't want your opinion. I don't give you my opinion. I give you what I believe to be the case based on evidence. So I'm just asking you what the evidence is that you're basing your statement that whenever you see the horizon, it is always the geometrical horizon. That's all. You don't have to restate. You don't have to restate it because you've already said it. I'm just asking you for a substantiating citation. That's all. Just one.
Well, the Earth is a sphere.
Are you gonna
result,
you're gonna restate it again? Okay, so
yeah,
I'm asking for a
result of the Earth being
citation. I'm asking for a citation.
You want a citation that the Earth is a sphere?
No. Hey, you're a
Sure,
professor. You're a professor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that difficult. You said that when you see the horizon, you're seeing the geometrical horizon. All I'm asking you for is a citation that substantiates that. That's all.
I don't need a citation. It's
great.
self-evident.
So it's self-evident in all of my observations that the physical horizon or the geometrical horizon that we see is always created 100% by the conditions of the medium, and those conditions are the result of the ether band.
You're still seeing the horizon. It's the actual. Where do you think the photons come from?
No. Professor Phil, you're not getting it. Now you get the opposite
yes,
before.
I get
Talking
it.
about
Don't worry,
refraction. I know what you're saying, but you're not getting what he's saying. Because when I look at the horizon, it's basically an illusion, is what you're telling me. Because the geometric horizon is way closer to that. When I'm looking at standing in Michigan, I'm seeing Chicago 54 miles horizon. That is not your geometric one. That I'm looking at is an illusion because supposedly you guys think it's refracted from the geometric one. I've never seen a geometric horizon, and neither have you. You've seen an apparent one that's supposedly refracted. So please explain to me that it's not even 54 miles away.
Where do
Hang
you
on
think
just a
the
second with
photons
that.
are coming from?
Phil?
Will one of you answer that question?
No,
Where
Bob,
do
you don't get to
think
talk.
The photons are coming from.
Well, why can't Bob talk?
Phil, why don't you ask Phil, why don't you ask him
Because
if
he
the,
didn't want to hear
image
my
of
sultry
this-
voice.
Phil, why don't you ask him if the Sears Tower that they're
Bob,
looking
the
at is the actual Sears Tower?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to ask.
There you
that
go.
question, Bob. I'm trying to
Well,
ask them,
point that
where do
out
they
that it's
think-
the actual Sears Tower they're looking at. Whether it's
Yeah,
refracted
exactly.
up over the horizon is, immaterial.
No, it's not
Yeah,
refracted
exactly.
up over the horizon.
So
No.
would it be immaterial if
Bob.
I fired a railgun at it? Would it be immaterial if it was really there or not then?
How does the
They're
Navy?
so
How does the Navy hit anything
Yeah.
if everything's being refracted all crazy with their line of sight weapons? Just so we're clear, in case some asshole says
They take
laser
it into
guided
account.
or
They fire off a geometry.
They take
so
it
they're not
into
using
account.
refraction; they're just going off the geometry.
Yeah.
Well, when you
Take
take
into account
sextant
the
readings,
things
Holy
like
shit.
it. Sorry,
when you
hold
take
on.
sextant
They
readings,
take
for
into
example,
account,
you have
sorry.
to take into account
They-
refraction.
No, we're not
We're
talking
not.
about
We're not wondering about your
Sorry,
readings on
hold tight,
sex,
my
Bob.
friend. No, we're talking about direct line of sight technology, as in I see the target. There it is, directly in front of me. I then aim the device at it, so it's locked on. Whatever device it is, usually a laser aiming device, RFD, whatever. And then we blow the shit out of it. So I see it, I target, I blow it up. There it is, I target, I blow it up. So it is most definitely there, the thing that I blow it up, because I've blown it up. It's not an illusion
what
that's
is the
appeared to have
charge?
blown up. I haven't targeted an illusion. That would be stupid. The militaries of the world wouldn't use this technology, would they?
What are the tables?
Okay,
What are the tables charge? Do they have?
Can I answer, Jedi?
Yeah, let's hear it, Bob, the pseudoscience guy.
No, that was Professor Phil.
Oh,
Okay,
go ahead,
so
Phil. My
let
bad.
me just let me just do you know this equation? S equals UT plus half AT squared. Do you know what that equation is?
No, do you know what direct line of sight is?
Do you know what that equation is?
PID is.
I answered
He
you.
already
I said
answered you.
no.
All right, so you don't know what that equation
And
is. Well,
then
let me
I
tell
asked you, do you
what-
know what direct line of sight is? Which was my
let me
point.
tell you what that,
Not this what you're
let me tell
talking
you what
about,
that
but I
equation
answered it.
is. Let me tell you what that equation is. That is the equation for projectile motion. In other words, those people who actually have to shoot missiles use this equation to be able to locate where their target is. They understand
When
the
was
fact that they have refraction.
So
They
not line of
understand
I got
this.
you. When was that equation developed?
That equation was made about the time of Newton, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
We're asking
I'm
you.
asking
I'm
you.
telling you.
Yeah. I'm asking you if this was taken into account in the Second World War when they were using nickel-bind cross radar beam technology to bomb the shit out of Birmingham. Like they had direct line of sight with these cross beams. You understand that, yeah?
That equation's
So
been used for
They
a
had little
long, long
blackboards,
time.
little mini blackboards in the front line that they used to quickly do the math.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons that the computer was actually invented.
No, it wasn't.
That's what?
Totally wasn't, but that's okay.
Listen, I saw the movie. It was to break the code.
It totally
Well,
was.
well, I have read that before. That is one of the reasons. Like
It
I think
totally
was the
is,
Navy
yeah.
Or anyway, the DoD had a huge
Naval
part in
firing
developing
tables.
computers. It
Yeah.
came from
So
targeting
they were
systems.
mechanical computers, but they were computers.
Yeah.
The naval firing tables is why they developed the initial electronic computer.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly
that
right.
CGI came from that
Wartime.
space
Brandon,
shuttle,
are you
if
going
I
to
remember
entertain
correctly.
children in
We're
this?
getting a little bit off the
Bob,
point, and
the
the point
what?
is we see something.
Brandon,
there
are
it
you
is.
going to
Now
be
we can
entertaining
aim at it
children?
and we can blow it up. Sorry. The
Yes,
point is
because
that we
you
can
applied
see
the formula.
No. We're not applying
Yes,
the
yes,
formula. We're
yes.
just seeing it. Well, I see it. There it is. I then target it.
No,
I've targeted. Then I've blown it up.
Okay.
You better lead it by some.
Why don't you ask a gunner that question?
Yeah,
that's
ask
not
a gunner. They'll tell you that they just follow it and they shoot.
You better lead it by something.
With artillery?
When does a gunner say, I've got target lock, but that's an illusion I've
Yeah.
locked onto? When does that happen? Because at the moment, let's say I've got
Where's
a
the
gun,
target locked
and
in,
I've
sir?
got hold tight, my friend. Let's say I've got a gun as an airplane, and it's 1 foot in front of me. Now it fucks off. At what point does it become an illusion where that is not an aeroplane that I'm aiming at? When does that happen? You're telling me that at a certain point things become illusions, right?
If
So we
you
can't
see an
target
object,
them, right? When's that
if
happen?
you see an object, then the photons are coming off that object. Okay.
That means it's directly in front of you. That's called line of sight.
Object.
Yes.
Mr. Jedi,
It's called line of
Paid
sight.
Master Shield is an Air Force pilot, so he should know about planes if you want to ask him.
With 2 degrees. Don't forget that, Rakia.
Thank you all my fan club. I love it. Yeah.
Cool. So when's an airplane
I
not
got
an
2
airplane
degrees
that you
too.
can't
It's
blow
not
up?
hard.
But you have to use an equation to make it an airplane again, so you can't blow it up. When does that happen? There goes the airplane. That's the actual airplane. Gets further and further away. No, that's an illusion of an airplane that I can no longer target. When's this happen?
Seems
When your
there was
magical
no
spinning
immediate
ball-
response to that question, Jedi. Went a bit quiet. Nobody had an answer.
Professors
Because
and
what
Air
he's
Force
saying is just an
pilots
illusion.
went silent.
No, it's just kind of a laughable question,
A
unfortunately.
laughable question.
Well,
It's
no,
laughable.
Sorry,
Oh,
hold on.
really?
I'll make the point.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
make the
laughing at
point.
you.
We'll go back to Stacey's argument about seeing things that we shouldn't see at 53 miles away, which by your model would be an illusion. So therefore, if I'm a targeter using a gun to blow shit up, eventually over distance, something's going to become an illusion, isn't it? So when's that fucking happen? When does physical reality turn into illusions, ballers?
Well, let's go ahead and use a very good
Bob, the
example that's already been used.
I would like to point out that they don't shoot
All right.
airplanes like they shoot birds.
All right. So
To
when
point
you're
out the
looking at
question has still not been answered.
when you're looking at the Willis Tower across Lake Michigan, do you aim at the mirage or do you aim at the location of the Willis Tower over the horizon? Which do
What
you
if
aim
there's
at
not
to
a
hit it?
mirage? What if there's not a mirage? What kind of mirage are we talking about? A superior mirage or an inferior mirage? Because then those
You're
are in 2
talking-
different directions,
You're
right?
talking Travis's love language now.
Right. You're making
willing
love
to
to me,
stand on
Dr.
that
Bob.
building,
You're making
Bob, while we shoot a
love.
railgun over 40 miles?
Make love
Hey.
to me, Dr. Bob.
Bob, are you willing to stand on that building while we shoot a railgun at you over 40 miles over that lake since you think it's a mirage? The railgun
if
would
you got a
just fly
direct-
right through the sky, right?
A direct
know how
fire
a
weapon
railgun
with a
works.
crosshair. What do you think you're aiming at? You think you're aiming at
You aim to the real
its
object.
location or what you're viewing through the crosshair? Which one do you
You
think?
better
you're
freaking
aiming
lead
at?
whatever you should, or else
They
you're gonna
don't-
miss.
That's
by the
only
way.
if something's moving there.
They don't really get that concept, Phil.
Oh, really? You want
No.
to test
Maybe
that
we can
theory?
get this concept.
Yep.
You're so confident that that's the curvature of the Earth that you can go and hide behind, then go and hide behind the curvature of the Earth. And when I target you, that will be an illusion of you that's refracted up that I will hit, right? If you're so confident
if you're
that
aiming
it's
at-
physical
if you're
obstruction,
aiming-
then go and hide behind the physical obstruction, and I will
If
shoot
you're
an illusion.
aiming at the visual indication of the Willis Tower, you are aiming at an illusion. That's not where the Willis Tower is, although you are looking at the
Okay,
Willis
you
Tower.
just missed the point. Then you shouldn't have a problem standing right in front of it while we aim at
I
the
don't.
illusion.
I don't.
Great. Would you like
So
to do
you're
that?
saying with a railgun you couldn't shoot the Willis Tower from where Stacy is?
You don't
Not
know
if
how a
you're
railgun even
aiming
works.
at the illusion.
If you're aiming at the image, through
Correct.
a crosshair,
You'll be high.
Correct.
You'll be high.
Absolutely. You'll be high.
All right,
Not a
guys.
problem
I
at all.
hate to
You
cut
guys are
off,
high
but
right
This is
now,
an interesting
saying this
discussion,
bullshit.
but we are at 5 minutes to 8, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to do final thoughts tonight, since we haven't done it for a couple nights. So I'll start off with percentage. Final thoughts.
I have none.
All right. Cool.
Good show.
Thanks, man. Brian. Leaky.
Yeah, good show, man. Good show.
Thanks, Brian. Karin Kentucky. That wasn't as good as last night. Crit.
Yeah, just one thing about the gas pressure is that look at mountains. You see that mountains are supposedly further away from the center of mass, the core of the Earth, have more gas pressure than say Mount Everest. Tyson wrote a book about this. So look into it, and you'll see that when they try to tell you that gravity is their container, it totally destroys that argument. And also a good job today with Professor Phil talking about gas turning into a liquid, turning into a solid. He just described a very good scientific explanation of a firmament.
All right, thanks, Crit. Dances with Fools. Dr. Bob.
Always a pleasure, Brandon. I love the maturity of your audience.
Bob the what?
Appreciate you coming out, Bob. F. Evangelist.
Point in case.
Brandon, I haven't been here long enough to be worthy of a final thought, but the snippets I've listened to, I have enjoyed. Thanks, mate.
Cool. Clary did send a super chat, $2. We see the geometric horizon because it's not a ball. All right. Global virus foe. Thank you, Clary. No? Travis.
Yeah, if anyone is interested, I have some fascinating, beautiful imagery of an alleged Fata Morgana here on the Chesapeake Bay, and I'm going to continue putting out the footage that I do have left over to go through. Came across a fantastic article today, co-authored by our very own Andrew Thomas Young, where I found for the very first time in print that they believe the image of the mirage is vertical, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy to have found it. So more to follow on The Plain Truth.
Thank you, Travis. Illegal. Jedi.
Yeah, that brilliant show again, Brandon. Always going to be asking for that demonstration of gas attracting gas. Thanks, Phil. That was a great conversation, my friend. Great show, Brandon.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Jedi. Jimbo. You there, Jimbo? Left lane. Matrix.
Good show, Brandon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Paige.
Yeah, great show today, Brandon. Thanks for having me too. What the other guy said about Phil giving us a nice scientific explanation of how the firmament could be created, I'm all on board with that. That was perfect. So thank you, Phil.
Thanks, Paige. Lemon.
That's flat.
Indeed. Thank you, Lemon.
Flat.
Rakia.
I think we had a little bit of everything from the opponent's side, double speak, crickets to questions, avoidance, deflection, insults, more of the same, basically.
Directions.
We're pointing out these obvious truths, line of sight, no curvature, how optics work, how our vision perceives, the horizon, and they're just dancing around it because that's all they can do. I think it's pretty close. We need to take this to another level and get it out to more people at a time, but we're definitely on the right track. Thanks for providing this.
Hell yeah, thanks, Rakia.
Yo, Rakia had some bars with that answer in the beginning. You hear that? Crickets to questions instead of answers to questions.
That was good.
Don't get me rapping, son.
The naps. Jeremy.
I just want to point out how quick these dickheads were to start just making shit up. Oh, they added the sound in. That's not the actual NASA video. Shouts out to Jedi. You fucking killed him tonight. Shouts out to Mark for bringing that video to our attention again. Some of us may have never seen it or some of us may have forgot it. So shouts out to you. And Data, I want to go down in your book as saying Bob, the pseudoscience guy, is a pompous prick. Thank you and have a good night.
Thanks, Jeremy. Seek and find. SC Montreal.
Yeah, good show, Brandon. Very interesting show. I like the ISS part. Shout out to Mark. Good footage. The disappearing O-ring lever. That was nice. And the gas attracting gas. That was beautiful.
Hell yeah.
And a lot of double talking. Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, Essie. Sorry, I thought you were done. Skeptical.
All I want to say, Earth is demonstrably empirically high-level stationary plane.
Hell
One more thing, Brandon, if I may.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
5 minutes ago, we had all the Globers saying we never see the geometric horizon, and then all of a sudden tonight they're saying we always see the geometric horizon. Amazing. That's all.
Stacy B.
Double speak city.
Stacy. Stepped away. Bob. Real Bob Dole. No? Okay. Anybody I missed? Cool. My final thoughts. Thanks to the panel. Really appreciate it. I thought that was a hell of a show. I am planning on doing a video about this ISS O-ring disaster with some cuts from this episode because there was some fantastic responses in there. And I want to dissect this thing thoroughly, so it might take me till the weekend to do it right, but this shit is gold right here, I think.
Stop being lazy.
But anyway, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, and I'll be back. I will be recording the after show. Probably hit the record button. Probably be pretty silent. So just FYI. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
Peace. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed tonight. I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. It's always good to have something to pin them down. Now, I will say, if I analyze this video and it turns out that I'm completely wrong about what I'm seeing, hearing, what he's reacting to, what seems to be very plainly obvious in this video, I'll admit it and I'll apologize. I'll say I was wrong. You know what? I don't see him drop something. I don't hear him drop something. In the O-ring, it looks like it isn't there, but it's just a digital artifact. And the one time you happen to not see the O-ring is after it appears that he dropped it and you hear the sound of it dropping and you see him look around. It's just a giant coincidence, just like the 1,000 of other coincidences that we've talked about over the years since Flat Earth has resurged, including on this show. So I will admit that if that happens. But anyway, I appreciate the audience. Thanks to the mods. I know there's a couple issues out there tonight. You guys took care of it. Appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, there's one more super chat. Sorry about that. Tony V. Sorry about coming in hot yesterday. Flat Earthers, why do you think they call it flying under the radar? Good question. And don't even worry about coming in hot yesterday. I think about everybody on the panel does it at least once a week. So no, I appreciate the concern though. Thanks, Tony. And we will talk to you tomorrow. You want the link to the video, C4? I'll drop it in there right now. And so you have it. It's at about the 35-minute mark, C4. Put it in Discord, and I'll put it here. There you go. And when I said I'd put the video out on my channel, I meant this channel, this Brandon's channel. I'll put it out here so everybody gets notified. Which reminds me, if you're not subscribed to my other channel, Brandon Toy, go over and subscribe to it because you never know what might happen to this channel. And at least we'd have a home to go to continue the show and keep it going. Not that I anticipate anything like that happening, hopefully. But you never know. Anyway, okay, I blabbed enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. Bye.